Nigga, what?
Check this one out. I think this is it.
Let's package this order.
Right?
10 big Papa Pickles. 20 big Papa
Look at all
Pickles.
Let's
these.
30
go.
big Papa
Let's
Pickles.
go.
40 big Papa
Oh, yeah,
Pickles.
that's me.
10 Hot Mama Pickles.
Yeah, that's me.
15 giant red Chamo Pickles. 12
That's
jumbo
coming to my
warhead
crib.
sour pickles. 10 giant hot dill pickles.
God
for
damn.
monster salt.
Here's one.
Let's package this order. 10 big Papa Pickles.
I can't be the only one to find that super hilarious.
Oh, well,
I thought that shit was
What the
hilarious.
hell is that bread with... Is that not gonna burn? Or maybe it's dissolvable.
Maybe it's
Are these donuts?
dissolvable.
What is going on?
What's
They
going
are
on?
fluffy.
Hell
Oh, they're
yeah.
fluffy as hell.
Fill 'em with... Oh, I'm gonna shut
Oh, you're gonna fill 'em.
Sorry.
Easy, you're about to get.
See, it's easy to just be normal, isn't it? Anyways,
This is great.
is this icing
This
or
is
fresh
great.
cream? Because, damn! Sorry.
I feel you, bro.
What the hell is that? It's like a monster claw. We're mixing it in with something else.
Welcome.
Butter or what is going on?
Twitch,
Damn.
Kick,
The dough-
YouTube,
Oh my god, fill me with
Damn.
I don't really like cream
Multi-platform.
too much, but, oh, the way I was
Multi-platform.
that and with all the white stuff.
God
I dare
damn,
you.
boy.
He said, "I dare you."
Well, go on, squeeze one.
God damn.
Oh yeah! Now we are talking. Thank you.
I think we might need to chill because something just happened. Something just happened.
Buddy. I love Buddy. Yeah. He said, "Go ahead, squirt. Go ahead."
There are things happening, my boy. We need to chill.
That guy
That
gets
shit right there.
far too excited over something neatly organized and properly stocked. He gets far too excited.
Bro, did you see
And I
it?
love every
It
second.
was
of it.
beautiful. It was
It
beautiful.
was beautiful.
That right there was
That was beautiful.
perfection, man. I'm sorry. Like that's
Oh, that little pillow.
like pop, pop,
Man.
pop. Like look at this.
Put your head on there. It would
I
be
was
nice
thinking
and
about
comfy.
that. I was thinking about that, but I wouldn't want to waste that. That's going straight
No.
in the gullet.
Yeah, yeah. There's a beautiful. That's like my good sugar covered donut. One of my favorites.
Mm.
Yeah.
My glasses gonna get fogged up.
We gonna get the little steam from the hot chocolate.
But I am ready, sir. Ready to kick this off. Do things right. We are definitely live. We're live, pal. We're live.
We're live from New York on this Saturday. Well,
What do you, when I actually think about it, though, it's like holy shit. Like we are. We are live.
yeah, we are definitely live. Multi-platform live.
Multi-plat. Okay, let me not think about it. Keep rolling. Yeah. We're
I
just
always
gonna-
put it right here, like you're making like you're crazy and keep rolling at the same time.
I guess it works though, you know. But
A lovely day.
we got the video
Another day.
list. Like we good, right? We good.
I think so. What do you think? Take a quick. You can see. I got the chiseled first.
Yeah, I'm looking.
then
I'm
the death
looking.
battle.
I'm liking. I'm liking.
I might move the Friday the 13th after Mr. Ballin.
All right.
But other than that,
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
that's up to you. We got some spooky stuff, so
yeah, I figured with what we got there, we might have to miss out on the August the Duck one. Especially because I still got to show you the. I want to do
could-
at least a couple.
I could. I mean, honestly, I know what's going on with that shit, but I still won't. Like August brings his own, take on it. But yeah, I know what's happening with that shit, bro. It's not.
If we want to
good.
throw it up there, we can throw it up there.
It's
I
not.
don't know what it is, to be honest. I don't think.
She
No, I
just
mean, I
pulled
don't-
up to Buddy crib. Like she
Oh.
literally pulled up to Buddy crib filming and shit. So
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
some shit you're
Damn.
not supposed to do.
Yeah. For real.
So
Oh.
yeah, bad. Don't be be like that.
Well, if we
For
want, we
real.
can put it out here. I don't know how exactly what we're trying to do, and I know I want to show you at least a couple of these.
All right.
Some of them are really short, like 2, 3, 4 minutes, and then a couple of the actual episodes like are like 10 minutes, 11 minutes. So I was gonna say we don't have to do like all of it tonight, but I
Shit,
think
it's
it would be
whatever.
fun.
Yeah, it's whatever we
I
feel
think it'd be
like.
fun.
For real.
I think it'd be fun to catch up on this, and maybe this be one of the things we kind of follow a little bit, if you like it. Depending on how you feel about it.
I think I like it. I'm gonna just say. I'm gonna say
I think
that.
you will. I'm fairly confident. Go ahead. I feel like it's two of your big interests. But yeah, I don't know. So we can put that there for now. We'll do Chiseled.
Yeah,
We could do
and then
August.
have the spooky stuff all in the same block.
Spooky
type
stuff at the block. Yeah.
All
I
right.
just wasn't sure how much we were doing, so I figured we'd kind of go by how we're feeling for some of it.
Yeah. Cause I mean, shit, I do gotta get up, but like I'm still gonna, you know.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get a full episode in. Yeah, we still got plenty of
Exactly.
time for a full
we
one.
good. We good.
Yeah.
So we gonna be rocking for a little bit. So I hope whoever watching rock with us as well, so we can
Thanks.
laugh and be scared and also maybe cry together.
There might be a little bit of all of that.
I'm not sure,
Um,
depending on how these videos go. For real.
and since we always do scary at the end after the funny and shit, you know, who does
Yeah.
that? Oh, we do. That's
That's how we do. You know how we do.
Yeah, how we do.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah, you know how we do.
I'm about to. Boy, I was about to jump off just then. But I'm going to wait for Penelope to count me down. I'm going to wait for her to count me down.
Okay.
Tip of the tongue. Teeth of the tip. Make sure I get that right. Tip of the tongue. Tip of the tip.
Boo.
All right.
That's how I warm up. Boo, Wendy Testaburger. Boo.
Penelope.
Boo.
Was
Penelope.
good, y'all. Another week. Another great Sunday with your boys, the TD podcast. TD does not stand for terminate, destroy. It does not. We do not have a mission statement to terminate and destroy.
Oh, no.
The competition, that is.
Ah,
But no, TD, Tiny Dancer, and the
another downstairs.
hut, the building, the home,
The Quonset hut.
man, all of that, bro.
The New
And
York
this-
magazine kiosk.
The synagogue,
Ah,
everywhere,
that's-
bro.
I don't know if they'd like us in a synagogue.
I don't
or
think
a
they would
church
either.
type
Yeah, I don't
thing,
think they would
honestly. I don't know.
either.
If
So maybe
We might
back
not.
off of that. Maybe back off of
Be
that.
careful, yeah. If you are watching us in a church or a synagogue or a place of worship, just be careful. Have your headphones on and make sure that the volume
We're
isn't too loud.
We're not like, you know.
Not that bad, but
I would
I'd be
say on a
cussing
scale
bit.
to 1 to 10, we're
I mean,
4.
that's
You know,
fine, but
yeah, like a
that's
4
fine. That's
at
fine.
worst.
I wouldn't argue that too much. We're definitely not near the top.
No,
I mean, we're
man.
Not, like,
I don't.
we're not that crazy. But
We don't
like,
be on here wilding out like that, do we?
Not that bad, but I mean, we be cussing. Well, I be cussing, and smoking, drinking, rapping.
All right.
Couple
I guess.
beers.
I guess we
You're
can go
like
to a 5.
See, we average. See, I'd say we average at a 4 or 5, but you're like most of the time, especially, you're like a 2, 1 or 2, and I'm like a 6 to 7.
Okay, I'll take. All
Area.
right. Because at first
So
I'm
we
like,
kinda
damn, I gotta
average
be a
out.
2, but I guess you got a point. Yeah. Because I don't really.
You're-
I don't even really.
you're-
Yeah, like I don't cuss on my day to day.
No, yeah.
So it's like I get it. But anyways, forget our tangent. Welcome. This is where we watch videos and laugh, joke, get scared.
Cuss, cry.
Cut, yeah,
Definitely get
a
scared.
lot of good stuff, man.
Definitely get
We
scared.
also catch up, you know,
Catch
for
up
about
with each other.
I gotta figure out what's going on, you know, with my homie each week, and y'all, I guess, for real.
Y'all.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? But yeah, like,
Facts.
how the hell was y'all week, man? For real.
Man,
Like, yeah, bro. Go ahead. You go first. You go
you
first.
go.
Yeah.
Alright. Man, it's all right, man. I have to say today's good. This week was a good week. Not too much popping off. I had one of those weeks that just went by. Just
Right.
went by, which is good. I had a good couple routes. Talked to homie. I think I finally got it hunched in of where I like more. Maybe he can keep me around the area.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta stop see Los on one of the days. Kinda
Oh,
cool.
tight.
Yeah, it was rainy. It was rainy all that day, and since he works construction outside, they didn't go to work.
Right.
But I delivered right down the street from him and Miles' crib, so I just stopped, knocked real quick, said what up, talked for like 5 minutes, got up out of there because I was trying to get done because it was raining and shit.
That's
Other than
what's
that,
up,
man,
man.
chill week
that's
for me, dog.
that's what we want, right? For real. I You just kind of reminded me too, man. I gotta I'll make sure I big up my homie Los, man, for real, for taking care of business, man.
Yeah, true.
My
He's got a
mom,
truck now.
yeah, man. That's you know me brother too, man, and I wish the best for him, bro, for real. So big up to my homie,
Hell yeah.
but bro, with me on my end, it's been cool when it
Oh,
comes to
yeah?
me personally.
Um,
But it just be like, it's weird, bro, because I just be watching all this shit around me crumble. Like, it just be falling apart all around me, bro. And I just, like, I try my hardest not to get hit with any debris, you know?
out
Because
there dodging.
bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Really, it's this stuff at me job. A lot of drama over this past week, man. Like, damn, dude. But
People goofy.
like I said,
Goofy.
I gotta make sure, you know, I sidestep it, man, for real. Try to
Just
stay
gotta
out the
go in
way,
and do your
man.
thing, man.
Like,
That's the thing with work. No matter what it is, you just gotta make sure you go in there and focus on the
and
job.
it's just stupid shit too, man. So it's like, I don't want no part of that. Won't be over here. So yeah, man. Just drama there, and that's pretty much it. Everything on my end been pretty
Nice.
satisfactory, you know.
That's what you like.
Had a nice little stream yesterday. Damn near what,
Yeah.
9 hours, I think.
Yeah, he was
So
going at it. Spooky ass.
yeah, it was scary, bro. It was scary.
Got away with getting spooked. Must have had us muted, or we must have been.
I don't.
tense.
I'm so
Wish
glad.
your ass
I'm
was
so
spooked.
glad. See, that's what I'm saying. If I did not clip that,
Yeah.
like if I don't share that, nobody knows, right?
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Still, I'm the
knows.
only- well, I guess I have it. now.
You
Still nobody knows, but I have it
right,
now. I can show
right.
everyone.
You have it, but
Now I can show it all the world.
nah. I'll expose myself.
You need to get a scare compilation short going. I'm telling you.
I guess you
Gotta
gotta, yeah.
get
'Cause
like
I got
6
it-
or 7 spooks of your
Right. Because it was a
shit.
couple. That wasn't the only time that night
You
either.
gotta
So
see, you gotta throw like 6 or 7 of them. Do a little montage about 45, 50 seconds
so
long.
bad,
You're
bro.
like, yeah.
So bad.
Show the little what happens. Yeah.
Bro, that shit scared though. Gotta be though. That shit scared though. Gotta be. Like bad. I was not expecting that. So yeah,
Spooky
great
ass.
week. I'm ready for more
Like-
Halloween stuff, man.
I know, yeah, we got some ready. We got some Halloween stuff stacked. We got a couple. We got a bunch this week. Bunch. A loaded week.
See.
Loaded week. Yeah,
And
we
I
don't
need to. We yeah. I don't know what's been going on with our homie, Chisel
I
the
don't know
Diamonds.
either.
We ain't watched none
But-
of his videos yet, but yeah.
But we're hopefully gonna find out here, and that's a great transition because that's where we're about to start. Hopefully, he's got something to see what's happening in here.
I mean, I just,
Hope he,
I hope he good, man, for real.
It says something about blocked against. I'm wondering. if he
Okay.
got-
All right, so
All right, so boom. Week 5 commentary can't get
All right,
uploaded
so boom.
because it keeps getting blocked.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah,
upload number
yeah.
7 right now.
Upload
Similar to my
7.
situation with the past 3 Super Bowls and the past few national championships, where they block it for a play during the game, and despite altering that individual play on the commentary, they end up blocking for another play. So it's just
Right,
what it is.
yeah.
My hair's turning gray from the stress over the course of the past 4 weeks. Okay, that's a lie. My this just leaving conditioner, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So if you want to watch the commentary, it's up on Facebook and on Twitter. I got the links down below, top pin comment.
But
and in the
this is
description.
they
But if you wanna
livelihood,
watch it
though,
ad free,
for
it's
real.
up on Patreon. Why?
I keep
are they
forgetting
blocked?
that.
It's just copyright by the NFL. Now, granted, over the course of the past 7 years doing the commentary series, everything has always been monetized by the NFL. I've received a zero of a dime for the NFL commentary. I literally do it
Makes
for the
sense.
love of the game and the entertainment of the audience.
I believe
But
that. I
if
believe
they do
that.
put it in a situation where it can't get uploaded on YouTube anymore, which I don't anticipate that happening. I think this could just be a bug in their system to where they just don't let this isolated week get uploaded. This has happened in 2018,
Right.
twice in
He been around
2020,
this
and I
shit,
think
so he
once
know.
in 2019. But whatever the case is, moving forward, it's still going to upload regularly on the Tuesdays,
Okay.
as the season advances. But for week 5, until further notice of the clearance of the video getting uploaded, go check it out on Twitter, go check it out on Facebook. It's unfair what's it doesn't matter. Let's not complain. Let's
Man, I
move
feel
forward. So
you.
if you need somewhere to go
Real.
watch the commentary,
Complaining
Facebook
ain't finna
and
help
or
us
Twitter,
right now.
top pin comment, description, or you could join on Patreon and watch. Also, Patreon today and tomorrow, we've got both college football games of the week, so I got to play catch up for last week and then the week before. So USC Colorado from 2 weeks before, I was actually at that game, and then also Oklahoma took on Texas, and then anticipation for whatever the game of the week tomorrow may just so happen to transpire, and then Super Bowl 39 that's coming along with 38, 37 as we go towards Super Bowl 1. So that will all be exclusively on Patreon, but for the commentary for week 5 of the NFL, check it out on Twitter, check it out on Facebook.
Damn, he gotta do what he gotta
Never
do.
in my life
You
did
know,
I ever think
he
I'd
got the
put myself
videos.
on
He
a
just
rant on this particular kind of subject. But don't y'all start to feel as if
It's
there's
smart,
too much
it's smart.
ass on y'all explore page on social media. Now listen, I'm an individual who just so
There we
happens
go.
to enjoy an exquisite posterior. But the
True,
amount
true.
in access
I do
that
like
we are
all that.
seeing
A
now
nice
is
booty.
starting to get ridiculous, bro. Everywhere I look, ass. Everywhere. The hedonism is getting ridiculous, bro. I can't scroll without
he
seeing
is not
in my face.
lying.
Oh,
Ain't
shit.
lying.
Bro, I feel like I'm inside the Volvo region. I feel as if I'm a zygote up
Yeah, it's that
inside
Mario
the
song,
doggone
bro.
Volvo region, waiting to transmogrify into a fetus. It's starting to get
Zygote.
ridiculous, bro. Like busting it wide open, left and right, on both genders.
Bruh.
Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both.
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 The both. The both.
Now you got
Both.
dudes out here busting it wide
Both.
open, popping up on goddamn Explore page. Where'd this come from? Like the algorithm is supposed to be based on what you like or what you commonly
He
view
ain't
on
lying,
Twitter,
though, man.
Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case
They
is.
just
But
know you
now,
a dude.
given
You gonna
that
I've
see
it's
ass.
noticed
random,
that
even
on my
TikTok,
shit
and
recently,
random,
too,
you can
though.
just be scrolling, looking at things in which you usually look at. All of a sudden, they throw a random video in there. It's somebody busting it wide open.
What the fuck?
Hold on a minute, player.
Why would they do that?
Sir, ma'am.
Not
Sonic.
Sonic. Not Sonic.
What's
Is-
going on? I thought there was age restrictions
No.
for this particular kind of content. Moreover, I thought you had to be a particular age to mess around and have this.
Somebody lies.
I was at my cousin's crib. They about like 9. Why they got a TikTok account? I wish I knew.
Man,
I'm
bro.
scrolling on their TikTok, ass popping up over there too.
What?
I have never been this disgusted in my entire life.
I'm telling
How
you,
is it
he ain't
happening?
lying, man.
How is it happening? Before, you'd have the occasional thought-bot message in your DMs trying to scam you out of money.
Yeah.
You'd mess around, hop on Snapchat, somebody would send some lewd videos.
It's your man Steve Harvey, and I'm asking on behalf of my boy MJK Juice for some booty hole pictures or Cream Pictures.
Trying to get you
Steve Harvey.
to their doggone OnlyFans or premium Snapchat, if that's even still
From
a thing.
Steve Harvey
Maybe you might get
himself.
some
From
pop-ups
Steve Harvey
in the comment
himself,
section
bro. Jesus
talking about go to
Christ.
my page, link in my
That
bio,
sounds
whatever the
funny.
case is. But now it's everywhere. You can't escape it. Even on YouTube. I was on Twitch for the first time when I started streaming 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, they got a whole section, hot tubs and pools and all this other
You
stuff.
on Twitch
People
now?
busting it wide open on a loop for 24
On a
hours.
loop.
Holy cannoli, this is crazy.
Yo, this
Shorty
is
was-
crazy,
she had a
yo.
blow-up hot tub in her,
In her
goddamn
house,
bedroom.
yeah. Yeah, this is
Just
what it
to
is,
bust it wide
bro.
open and
Yeah.
showcase her boobies, her showcase her posterior, showcase her doggone ass sex on her body for everybody to view. I don't understand, bro. Before people used to have a little bit of shame behind it, and even if you didn't have no shame, you understood that down the line, this isn't something that you would want on your resume
On your
when you get
resume.
messing around and get older, right? But
It's-
now it's
People
getting
don't
ridiculous.
give a fuck.
It don't matter whether you
They don't
18
care.
to 76. Everybody just busting it wide open, bro.
And I'm ready to give up.
I never thought I'd see myself sitting here saying, yo, turn down the amounts of booties that I mess around and happen to see here on social media. But it's getting ridiculous now. I can't avoid it. You click like, I'm at the point where I'm clicking not interested when it pop up. Because you know at the bottom when they'll say, oh, if you're interested in this, you can click the check
Yeah.
mark, and that means
And
you're
they'll send you
interested.
some
The X,
more.
you're not
Yeah.
interested. I can't escape it. They just keep popping up.
You
left
can.
and right.
You really can.
Mad gooch and taint. Showing up on the goddamn for you.
You think I want this? It just happened.
It just happened, man. Damn,
I
Jackie.
asked for this. Go on Twitter. I can't escape the adult film. Straight up.
I remember that in that scene. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember that. I don't remember that booty popping.
I don't
like
either.
that
I don't
scene.
either. I might need to go back and watch it. We
I
need to
must
go
go
back and
back and
watch
watch
that.
It's getting ridiculous, but maybe
I don't think I would have missed
I'm
that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I would have missed that.
Maybe I've reached the point to where the hedonistic things that just so happen to be out there, they don't appeal to me no more. But it's starting
No,
to get
man,
ridiculous.
that's probably part of
I
it. That's
can't
probably part of it.
turn
You
my
getting older
face
like me, man.
left
You
or
like
right
me and
on
Jimmy. It
social
ain't
media.
as appealing
Not
as
all
it
the
used to.
time. Yeah, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a man.
Fucking nasty
Yeah,
out
but
here, bro.
not all the
Somebody
time,
release
bro.
this shit.
Sometimes I just want to see some funny, stupid
And
shit.
then, like he
fight.
said, sometimes, bro, like you used to have to click on shit to get to that, man. My nephew can find this shit now, man.
Yeah, it's true. It just be popping up for him.
Put your pussy, buttholes, and genitals away. People will be willing to pay, but they'll be willing to pay on an OnlyFans, maybe go to adult, website if they need to. But it's starting to get nasty, bro. Motherfuckers busting it wide open for free. Have you no shame? There's
Have you no
reason why I'm
shame?
seeing this shit.
He said, have you no
Before I
shame?
go, Motherfuckers showcasing feet left and right. Mad people showcasing their calves and shit. They got websites like, what was it, Feet Finder.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. I love feet. What's going on?
Yeah.
What?
What? I used to think kinks
What?
and fetishes were just kept behind closed doors. Now it's out in the open. You got motherfuckers having straight up communities out in public. Yeah, we love to lick people's backs. That's what we do. We are back lickers. Woo, 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 woo. We are back lickers.
And that's great. But keep, like, bro, I don't need to know that.
Wrong with you?
Yeah,
How the
like,
hell
I don't
y'all
need to know
talking
that.
about this shit? What's going on? Have we lost our minds?
We've lost
Where's
our
George
se-
Costanza when you need him? I thought we were living in a society. Evidently, that's not the
Damn.
case.
Everyone's lost their shame. People have no
Yeah,
shame.
and because everybody's supposed to be proud of, we're not gonna shame them for what they like,
That's not what we're here to talk about. Put the goddamn
I'll shame
buttons
anybody.
in the ball.
Some of that shit, you don't gotta be ashamed, but just don't tell, don't be out there,
Don't put
you know.
With y'all, nasty
out there
motherfuckers.
publicizing that shit.
Yeah.
You nasty bitch.
Bernie Mac.
I love that.
Yeah, one more time, one more time. One more time.
You nasty bitch. Oh
She's
shit.
transforming.
Hey, whoa. The police, the Haiti, the police, the Haiti.
Well, guys, today is going to be
Oh,
an
shit.
interesting one. When it comes
Whoa,
to my 2020,
that rolled real quick.
Yeah, it did.
That was real fast. Was not ready for that.
gonna kill you, son of a bitch. God damn, man.
Yeah, Vince was mad. He said, "We are the police."
That's
Couple
your
weeks of
shit. You know that's your shit. That's your jam. Oh God. I wish they had never. I wish that video never circulated. Never.
Couple weeks.
Actually, I'm glad it did.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, you ain't. It's the police of Haiti. It's not our stupid ass.
They was bopping. But I'm with Chisel, bro. Cause for real, some reason, lately on my YouTube, I've been getting like the shorts that they've been giving me. Not like I said, don't get me wrong. I've know for a fact I've clicked on a couple of them. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Not like to the point where it's like they, you know what I'm saying? Because I watch other shit too. You know,
I
like
watch plenty of other stuff.
gaming shit. Then I see cooking shit on there too. So it's like I watch other shit. But now, like when I went down there today, when I was scrolling my YouTube, every short.
It is. It was like Lil Wayne.
I was like, damn. I mean, and to keep it real with you, I didn't click on any of them because, like I said, not all the time.
He wasn't in the mood. Yeah,
not all the time. Like I get it. Yeah, but I was on. Yeah, like I was doing something else, bro.
It's gotta be right, bro. It's gotta be right. I feel right, Brian. I feel right.
That's the thing. That's another thing too, bro. Like they gon' fuck a lot of people up, cause if this was happening and I was a teenager,
it would have been all of.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Think about
that. Think about that, bro. If we was teens at this time, bro, it would never stop. So.
Oh, never.
They gonna fuck a lot of people up, bro. It's gonna be a lot of adults in a few years that's like really jacked up.
And it's also one of the reasons that it's happening so much now is because those teens now are the same as we were. It's just easier and more acceptable for people to put that out there. We only had a certain select few people. Like the people that we know are all like porn stars. Like we all know the names of people like Johnny Sins and Abella Danger and certain
All right, like you said, it's a couple of names.
That was porn stars.
Exactly. Now we got a couple of names that.
Now it's Susie, Sandy, Sally, Betty,
you remember, bro, Jenna Jameson. That was like the first, that was like the first name I remember being like, who? Like, who?
We used to have to look up. You used to have to look up. You had to scour the internet to find a titty, and it would be like some weird ass side titty where you gotta like imagine the nipple and shit. Now you just
like I said, you had to click on some shit or do something. So yeah, it's I get them. I get them.
Every social media, you can there's literally just straight up tits on Instagram and shit these days. People they're not even like through clothes and stuff anymore. They're just straight naked.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they just been.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
But they just straight naked.
Because
I'm like,
yeah.
I've never once in my Instagram looked up. I've never once looked up naked girls or girls or anything on that. Never on Instagram.
Porn on Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I've never even looked up a girl's name.
That's
what
I'm saying. We don't really go on Instagram like, I'm looking for porn.
Scroll. I'm looking for stupid, funny shit I can send to my homie.
So yeah, but
some crazy sports
obviously some people do though. So
yeah, shit. It's true though. You ain't lying.
Kendrick said a while ago. He said Instagram was the best way to promote some. You know what? So
you're not wrong.
I guess he wasn't lying. If you're trying to get out there, you want to bust it open. Go to Instagram.
Yeah,
you'll find an audience.
Not a lot. You will. That's a guarantee. All right.
All right, man.
August?
This this young lady.
Well, guys, today is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, let's see what happens with Sniper Wolf. You know a little bit
2023
about this, he said. I don't.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. That's why I want you
It'll
to
be
go
new
ahead.
for me.
Internet drama bingo
Alright.
card. I can't say that I was expecting to be able to fill this one out,
And we'll just
but
start it and
honestly,
see
I'm
what
not
happens.
that surprised either. Now, as I'm sure many of you are already aware, this past Friday, SS Sniper Wolf doxed Jax Films. Now, I'm not laughing because this is a funny situation. I'm laughing because it's quite the opposite. This is one of the most insane YouTube situations I've ever
I'm
seen.
saying.
You've got one of the most
Bro, she-
well-established, brand-friendly, set-for-life YouTubers on this
Man.
platform who just went out and doxed somebody because they couldn't take constructive criticism. Now, if you're unaware of what led up to this situation, I'll give you a brief rundown. About a year ago, last October, Jax Films, one of the OGs of the YouTube game, made a YouTube channel named JJ Jax Films, obviously kind of a parody of SS Sniper Wolf. Now, it seems to have just started as a joke, just kind of poking fun at the very low-effort content that Sniper Wolf makes, but since then it has transformed into this like whole movement, trying to push Sniper Wolf to do things like credit the creators of these TikToks she's reacting to, and, you know, actually put some effort into her videos, not just watch a TikTok and go, oh my gosh, wow, okay, next video. Now, as you might have imagined, based off the context of this video, Sniper Wolf was not a huge fan of this project. A few months ago, they had some Twitter
Sounds
beef
about
where
right.
they exchanged some words, and it was clear that Sniper Wolf was not happy with what Jax Films was doing. But then the dust settled, they both went back to what they were doing, Sniper Wolf watching TikToks all day, and Jax Films watching Sniper Wolf watch those TikToks all day. And it seemed like peace had returned to the kingdom. That was up until this past Friday, when Sniper Wolf posted this on her Instagram story. Should I go visit at Jax Films? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. So this tweet, in and of itself, is absolutely insane. You've got to really appreciate the full context here. Sniper Wolf is a 30-year-old grown woman who is so upset about somebody calling her out for exactly what she is doing that she would plan a social media stunt like this. Now, you might be thinking just from this story post alone, she might be bluffing. She might just be saying this for engagement to try and stir the pot again. But even if that was the case, even if she didn't do what she did after this post, this would still be
This is the
unacceptable.
bingo card
Nobody,
he's filling out.
especially
That's
not
kinda
grown
funny.
adults, should be throwing around vague threats at people because they say things they don't like. Especially when the things that a person is saying to you are just
Clicking the hell out
objectively
them.
true. So for me personally, I
Oh,
feel like it's
he's got a
important to
bingo.
recognize that
Bingo,
this story
bingo.
post alone, even if nothing happened after this, it's important to recognize this kind of behavior as unacceptable. Throwing around vague threats at somebody for criticizing you when you have millions upon millions of people who are willing to back you up no matter what, you can't do that. You should know better. However, unfortunately, this is not where it ended. Not too long after this post, Sniper Wolf posted a video onto her Instagram story recording the outside of Jax Films' home with a caption of "Let's talk like adults." I'm not going to play this video, even a censored version, because I do not feel like I should, but Sniper Wolf drove to
Yeah,
Jax
that's
Films'
true.
home and
Definitely
then posted
true.
a video of it to her Instagram account with 5.6 million followers. Now, somehow there's a lot of debate on the internet right now about whether or not this is actually doxing, because you can find Jax Films' address on the internet, and I've got some really unfortunate news for you guys, but if you think that your address is not somewhere in the public record, and you're not like a former president or a CIA agent, then you are sadly mistaken. Information being spread to millions of people who are willing to harass a person to defend their favorite content creator is still doxing, even if the information is public record. I feel like I've used the word context 10 times in this video, but I'm going to use it again here. Context is very important here. You've got to keep in mind who Sniper Wolf is. This is not some random person who's decided to dox Jax Films, exposing public information that somebody, if they were willing to dig enough, could probably find on their own. This is an influential person whose posts and words get seen by millions upon millions of people. She has over 30 million subscribers on YouTube
I'm
alone.
pretty sure the
Who
people that
hasn't done
follow
something
her
like
are
told their
older.
audience to go leave mean comments on a
Older.
YouTube video,
You know what I'm saying?
or
Like,
go
she got a lot of
dislike
young
bomb a video, you know, the
followers.
normal YouTube drama stuff. She not only doxed him, she went to his house. She filmed it. She posted it online. This is psychotic behavior. This is a person who's become obsessed with a person and is now stalking them. For all the people who are somehow defending this and saying it's not doxing, I would like to propose a hypothetical. Would you willingly give your address to a person with 30-something million followers on the internet who know of you and don't like you because they know you're upsetting their favorite content creator? Would you willingly give them your address and then allow them to come to your house and film it and post it online for everybody to see? If you say
Probably
yes,
not.
you are either 1, lying, or 2, you're 9 years old. This is criminal behavior. Maybe technically the doxing
Sounds
is
like a
not,
kid
but
would say.
showing up to
He's
someone's
9 years
house,
old.
going out of your way to go to a person's house when you have no business being there, and then verbalizing a threat online, oh, this is absolutely absolutely criminal behavior. And I feel like Jax Films is taking this with a lot more grace than I would. He's calling for her to be deplatformed, which I 100% agree with, but he seems way calmer than I think I would be in this situation. This is an absolute violation. This is stalking. This is harassment. It's one thing to play tough on the internet. If you have a career based around having an online personality, you've got to unfortunately learn to take things with a grain of salt because people are going to say some crazy stuff. But when somebody actually shows up to your house, we're no longer dealing with silly internet drama. Sniper Wolf needs to go in front of a judge for this. I don't know how far Jax Films is going to take this, but at the absolute bare minimum, there needs to be a precedent set right now. This is not allowed on YouTube. If YouTube does not deplatform Sniper Wolf completely, I think that their integrity as a social media platform in general, especially one that values their content creators,
she
will
lucky
be
she
more
ain't
in
get
question
aired out.
than ever. Especially when you consider that
Shit.
Sniper Wolf sees nothing wrong with what she's done. Since doing this, she has done nothing but defend it tooth and nail, and even paint herself as the victim here. After Jack
I bet they did.
she posted this on her story saying, "This creep has been harassing me for months," then plays victim saying, "I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions." It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. I mean, come on. She showed up to Jack's house uninvited with an address she found off the internet, and then post a thinly veiled threat directed towards him and his wife, and somehow he is the one causing drama to pay the bills. Apparently, to Sniper Wolf, harassment does not mean showing up to someone's house and doxing them. It means making the exact same kind of content that you make on YouTube, except it involves you, so you don't like it. Criticizing you on the internet for making poor content is not harassment. Expressing public discomfort on Twitter about the fact that you showed up to his house and then posted it onto your Instagram story is not drama. It's a person having a pretty reasonable response to a crime that has been committed against them. What you have done is harassment, Sniper Wolf. She then posted this to her story, a nice little jab towards Jax Films for not being a real man, because apparently, if you want to talk to somebody, you don't use your massive social media presence and social media team to contact that person and get some sort of meeting set up. You drive up to their house, film it, then drive away. Which, I mean, I've got to give Sniper Wolf credit. That's how I've set up every single meeting I've ever had, so I guess there's merit there. I mean, trying to disguise this as just wanting to talk to Jack is insane. Yes, people on the internet are dumb, but does she think they're this dumb that people are really going to think she just wanted to have a nice little sit down over a cup of coffee? Anybody who believes there was no ill intent here should not be allowed on the internet. And this one, and the most recent one from Jack's Twitter, might be my favorite. Accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox. He literally posted his address on Google and said I threatened him and doxed him. I don't know if Sniper Wolf genuinely thinks she can just play dumb out of this, but a person who's been a major prominent figure on the internet for a decade and not knowing what doxing is, not knowing how to dox.
Damn,
I mean,
girl, you
come
might have
on.
fucked
It's
up.
not like there's a whole lot of nuance to doxing. You release information about a person. There, you're done. That's all it takes. So after going through these tweets, I was curious to see if anything else had developed, and more specifically, I was curious to see if Sniper Wolf had said anything else at this point. So I went to her Instagram, checked her story, and saw this. A picture with the caption, "We show up to your house, what are you doing?" Clearly poking fun at this situation and still not taking it seriously. No sort of accountability whatsoever, not saying, okay, maybe I went a little bit too far showing up to a guy's house because I didn't like what he said about me on the internet. No, let's joke about it. This entire situation is insane and super unfortunate for Jack. The fact that nobody from YouTube has said anything publicly yet is a little bit concerning, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt since this basically all occurred over the weekend. Hopefully, come Monday, we will see swift and efficient action taken. If YouTube sets the precedent here that stuff like this is going to be allowed, and they're not going to take action for people doing stuff like this, even when the drama originates from their platform, I think it's going to get really bad. We already see people pushing what is acceptable on YouTube every single day. I feel like YouTube absolutely has to draw a line here. This would be such a bad look for YouTube that I think their hand is going to be forced, and I don't think Sniper Wolf is prepared for that.
I think they have to. They gotta at least say something.
Hopefully not, right? But who knows? Well, guys, what are your
they gotta at least address it, right?
Down? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've punished someone on their platform for doing something not on their platform, but at the same time, Sniper Wolf is one of the YouTube big dogs. This is going to be a massive decision. I just hope they make the right one. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over now.
Subscribe. This episode.
Should never. So you know how to. You know the what you call it quote.
Which one?
What was that on Chappelle's show? Where it's like they should have never gave you niggas money. I go back to that for some of these other people. They should have never gave this nigga no money, bro. Now look at her. She feel like she can't get touched. She
Dude,
out here.
She
Should have never gave this nigga money, y'all. Y'all fucked up.
She untouchable now, man. She queen bee all of a sudden.
Y'all
bro.
fucked up, bro. Y'all gotta watch who y'all give money to, man. For real.
Damn.
Not the greatest representative for, you know, your platform. But let's see what's going on. For real.
30 million on YouTube, huh? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big number.
That's a big ass number, bro. And her shit get fucking when you first get to YouTube and you ain't even got an account. Guess who video you gonna see first?
Oh yeah? She's
Yeah.
one of those, huh?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like Buddy said, one of the big dogs. So you can't, yeah, bro. Like y'all ain't be pulling up like that, dog. You can't be pulling up like that, dog. She lucky she didn't get aired out. She's fucking with the wrong one. Cause I think his old lady wanted to go outside. They was like, no, don't go out there. Don't go out there. Cause Buddy was streaming as that shit was happening, bro. He was on.
Oh, he was?
Yes, he was literally streaming, and he's like, "Oh, she's outside." And you just hear people in the back like, "Oh no, call the police! Call the police!" And his wife was like, "I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go air this. I'm gonna go air this out."
She probably would have aired that bitch out too.
Ooh, that would have been
yo,
tight.
bitch.
Out there and
Come
dribbled
over here on
her.
that.
That would have been cold.
Hey. Oh, we got the pause.
Sniper Wolf has been dribbled out in the middle of the street by another person's wife. Cause I don't think, his old lady ain't no YouTuber. She just a regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of us.
She just take care of the family. Yeah.
I guess I should say that because I'm on YouTube or, you know.
Yeah, but we ain't making money like
not like that. So yeah, one of us.
We got a job. We got a job. You know, we got a real other job.
Bro, this is my job right here, bro.
This is my second job because I also have one that makes a little more money currently. So I gotta have that one.
Millions of dollars from this job.
Well, then why are we not? Then why am I working? Why am I not like working for you?
I'm
like,
currently saving for.
Oh my god.
You know, some other things.
$100 million house.
Yeah. And I'll get back to you. Well, yeah, that's what's happening with that. That shit there, wow.
Damn. Okay. Death battle, and then I think I'll show you my. Then we start the scary shit.
Death battle, you say?
Yeah,
look at how my
Frieza
glasses are
Megatron.
protruding from my face. Whoop, 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 whoop.
This
Okay.
one's a little bit more people that we know a little bit about. At least, I think.
Who is it?
I'm curious. Frieza and Megatron.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
This episode of Death Battle is
This one
sponsored
could be
by
interesting.
NordVPN.
Or it could be over really quick. I don't know.
Or it could be. I don't know though, man.
Frieza, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball.
He's got no
And
dick.
Megatron, the Decepticon commander from Transformers.
When these two
Yeah,
dictators
they wouldn't.
collide,
They
the
wouldn't approve of that in the
cosmos will
synagogue.
tremble.
He's
They
Wiz
wouldn't
and I'm Boomstick.
approve of that.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
We were
battle.
safe. We were safe up until just then.
Up until right there. Oh, damn, I knocked
in
us
the
out of the
battle,
synagogue with that.
Emperor's
That
sight
too? That was
so
simple
cruel,
comment.
So callous, so
Damn.
evil.
I should've
that
used
the
something better
universe
than that.
itself trembles at his approach. Behold,
We're out,
the
bro.
mighty Lord Frieza.
Oh, he's
Frieza.
adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and the...
Oh God. Oh
Yeah,
Jesus. Christ.
Oh, awesome.
What?
And he's laughing. Cool.
Frieza's diminutive stature and
What's
faux
wrong with Buddy?
gentility were intentionally deceptive and rooted
A
in
lot.
a surprising place. In response to the Japanese economic bubble at the time, Frieza's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira Toriyama has described such
That's
speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes, really.
I guess you could say Frieza is more than meets the eye. Oh, wait,
Ah.
shit, that's later.
Much is unknown about Frieza's alien
Damn.
race and heritage.
Damn, too
only
early.
that he
Shit.
and his father were born as
70 plus
youths
2.
abnormally high power levels.
Oh, like how the duck
Like
said my
really-
blood
like
alcohol level was
really
20
high.
Straight out the womb.
At least it
Frieza
gets
was so
really high.
crazy strong that unlike most Dragon Ball characters who transform to get stronger, Frieza transforms to get weaker. So
What?
he doesn't like accidentally nuke a planet.
Oh,
Only
shit.
intentionally.
I didn't
With
know.
his
See,
father's empire
I
and
didn't know all
army
that.
at his beck and call, Frieza would cross the universe, conquering worlds one by one, and selling them to the highest bidder. Just like real estate speculators.
And if anyone objected, he'd just kill them, their entire family, and everyone they ever knew.
Wow.
Just like real estate speculators. While he usually lets his weird multicolored
just like-
alien
That
grunts
one.
do his dirty
Oh,
work
okay.
for him,
All right,
Frieza's
I'll let
not
Bill
afraid
do
to
today.
throw down himself. Especially if some spiky-haired space monkeys start getting too uppity for their own good.
Frieza's strength comes from his innate understanding and manipulation of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Ball, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death
That's
Saucer.
everything, huh?
Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah, I am
Frieza
too.
can move mountains with his mind, fire laser beams from his eyes, create key force fields, and he even learned to sense the ki of others through sheer observation alone. He's fast enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for his spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be
Damn.
over 17 quadrillion times the
Um,
speed of light, and he's gotten even stronger and faster since then.
Yeah,
You
a
know
lot,
you're
like
badass
a lot,
when you can
like a
stroll
lot.
into
For
Planet
real?
Vegeta, a planet filled with people
That's
whose only
insane.
higher aspirations involve murder and hair gel,
That's
and
insane.
talk shit like you own the place. And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering
No.
Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10 times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding
Bro, he can
energy
destroy
and
an entire
destroy it.
planet.
That's over 5.3 yototons of
Yeah,
TNT.
bro, because that's a
And that was his
planet,
weakest
dog.
form.
And he did that shit
I
with his
know.
finger.
Missed the spot.
The finger.
Or several because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day.
Yeah, a bunch of people survived,
Space
so.
genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the
Ah.
Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot.
Kakarot.
And accidentally ended up being the
Carrot.
reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino dildo he is, Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for over
That
an
got
hour
us
straight,
even further
crushed
kicked
by
out of the
Goku's spirit
synagogue.
bomb, and then split
I didn't
in
say
half,
it.
consumed
I know.
by an exploding planet,
I
and
did.
left to float in the vacuum of space.
He can't
Damn.
survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It didn't help him that much after he got his ass sent to hell, but because of that dragon in his balls, he was back at it again.
And with just 4 months worth of
Damn.
training, the first time he'd ever trained in his entire life, Frieza was able to
Ever.
achieve a new transformation.
Never
capable
trained
of
before, that shit was
surpassing
crazy.
the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
Oh,
Frieza.
shit.
Laziness I aspire to with
Dude,
DeviantArt
Golden
Frieza here
Frieza
lets
is so
him keep up
cold.
with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly
That's
weaker
crazy.
Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God of Destruction,
Damn.
Beerus. And the shockwaves
That's a
of their
weaker
punches were able
version.
to reach the edges of existence in only a few seconds.
Jesus
Over
Christ.
270 quadrillion times the speed of light.
But
that
we're
was
talking
before
some crazy
so many
numbers.
years of
Yeah,
power-ups
we
and
are.
training between then and now.
Totally crazy, but nothing
We're
compared
talking
to his
insane
newest and
numbers.
greatest form.
So,
Oh, yeah, doesn't he have
Frieza, like,
another
capable
one?
of
Fucking
surpassing
Goku ass gotta
Goku's
be
Ultra
fucking-
Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra
These guys
Ego.
are so-
Their peaks at this
oh,
point. A transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F
Damn.
the Dragon Ball.
You surpassed the guy that.
The
Black
all-seeing
Frieza.
Oracle Fish had prophesied the coming of the universe's strongest.
Damn.
And perhaps he was talking about Frieza all along.
Come on, give us another prediction.
Oh, shit.
Wiz,
you
I
killed-
think you're gonna die. No, for some godforsaken
Bro.
reason, he didn't use his newfound power to kill those pesky Saiyans. They were right there, you moron.
In fact, he once committed the archvillain's greatest sin and teamed up with them to save
Yeah.
the universe and beat Jiren.
Jiren,
being
yeah.
comparable to the
I
god
watched
of
most of that
destruction.
saga.
Because
I
no
watched
one's
that
allowed
shit
to
was
destroy
dope.
the
That shit
universe
was
but
tight.
him.
That
And
shit
that's a
was
promise
dope.
he
And that was
means
like
to keep.
one of the only
This
shit I really
almighty
watched.
emperor will continue to rule
Sat
the
down and
universe
watched.
With an iron
Yeah, that was the
and a
last
heart
time.
of
That was so
ice.
dope. Jesus Christ.
I
I
never
don't know how
yet.
Megatron's just like, keep up with that.
This episode of Death Battle is
That number, you
Lord
see the size of
DPN.
those numbers,
It's
bro?
no secret there's
Bro,
two data.
Frieza
Keep has been traffic for
is
UEN for
OP
sponsoring our
as
show.
hell.
Dude, for real.
You either
Didn't
die
Goku
a
end up
hero,
defeating
or
Jiren?
you live
Or
long
no, they
enough to
both
see
work
yourself
together,
become
didn't
the
they?
villain.
Yeah.
Or you live even longer and become an
Jiren
80s
ass is
toy
fucking
commercial. This is
OP.
Dude,
Megatron.
they were going.
In Cybertron's
No.
ancient past,
Ah,
the planet was
they were
ruled by
going
the
at it.
Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode to
9 million plus years old. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
for themselves. Born to this
He been here
repressive
all
caste
this
system,
time, dog.
Megatron of Tarn
Dude, for
dreamed
real.
of something more.
So this giant Hasbro toy robot, only $5.99 at your nearest Rite Aid, wrote a manifesto
Sweet.
on peaceful dissent that got popular with the oppressed Cybertronian working class. So much so, in fact, that the Senate tried to have him assassinated. Whoa, politics alert!
After surviving that brush with death, Megatron was convinced that peace could never be an option. The only path left to overthrow the crippling social order was violent revolution.
Yup.
So were
I
the
mean,
Autobots
no.
originally the bad guys here? Optimus Prime, more like Optimus Crime. Never say that Megatron wasn't committed. The civil war he started between the two groups lasted 9 million
is cold.
fucking years. And again, remember, toy
9
robots.
million.
He was aided in his war efforts by his
Damn.
immensely powerful fusion cannon, a giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small town in a single shot. These projectiles are so fast, they're able to exit the atmosphere from ground level after only a single second.
Damn.
By scaling
Yeah, but
the
that's
distance
not
of the
nearly
threat using
fast
the angle
enough.
of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But
Damn.
like me, the fusion cannon needs a little time to recharge between shots. So Megatron's got some tools to keep the job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps that Meg's literally fought as a gladiator before his stunt as a revolutionary.
Megatron can fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws strong enough to slice
Oh,
through
God.
solid rock, fly through the air, and open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now, it might seem like a huge flaw that it lets enemy combatants inside, but that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. And Megatron's metallic hide was tough enough to survive an explosion so massive, it launched the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
Oh, God.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how fast it was sent flying to get its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 ninotons of TNT.
Jesus
Enough to
Christ.
annihilate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he
Okay,
wouldn't
so
be
here
a
we go. Okay,
Transformer without being
okay.
able to transform
Transform.
into various
Yeah,
vehicles.
true,
A
true.
tank, a stealth bomber jet,
And a gun!
Oh, God!
A gun! A Walter B-38, in fact. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know he's this tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the funniest shit I have ever seen.
I
What does
know.
he have, like his Deceptive buddies point him at people
Yep.
and fire?
sometimes he can fire himself
Oh,
too.
shit.
I'm turning
Oh,
into
my
a
God.
gun.
That looks even
That's so
sillier.
dumb.
You may be laughing, but
That's
Megatron
so
is
dumb.
no joke. By utilizing space
True.
bridge teleportation technology, Megatron can establish a remote link up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs!
Should matter and antimatter
That
meet,
sounds scary.
They will be mutually annihilated in a brilliant release of energy defined by E = mc squared. It doesn't matter
course,
how
of course.
durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of
too
Cybertron
smart for
dragged
me.
on, all of his highfalutin ideals started to fall to the wayside.
In essence, there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's greatest weapon came into play, his mind. The dude is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire evil universe behind
Oh,
it.
He
okay.
and Optimus have even fought Nova Prime
Decepticon?
over Genesis Shockwave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once sealed himself
Jesus
inside
Christ.
an Omnicron
Okay, I
and
know it's like
commanded
this.
1,000
Yeah.
real-life battles at once,
Buddy out
funneling
here.
every iota of
Yeah,
relevant information
okay, that's
into
pretty
his
crazy.
brain at the same time.
He's
The
a
sheer
robot, I
deluge
guess.
of data would be
Yeah, that's
incomprehensible
true.
for anyone without that supercomputer brain.
But all that robot ass-kicking ended up as a draw, and the only true loser was Cybertron.
With the planet in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian Golden Age was long
Done.
over.
Damn.
And the vanguard of its destruction was Megatron.
Who's now a crusty Saturday morning cartoon villain with a voice that sounds like he smokes 40 packs a day and a hate boner for his boneheaded second in command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings advocated for peaceful conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you 9 million years to remember why you started fighting in the first place. Would the memory get lost in the cloud?
In what was
Maybe.
possibly his most surprising tactical move yet, Megatron saved the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
What?
He realized that after millions of years of
Damn.
indefinite war, the ideals
Plot
that
twist.
he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this supervillain than met the eye, because true to his nature, Megatron transformed.
Interesting.
This episode
Yeah,
of Death
okay.
Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Have you ever
You
felt
got-
like
what are your
your
predictions?
brain
Give me a
is
second.
getting
Give
in
me a
your
second.
way?
Well,
That
I'm
made
just
me
gonna skip
cry.
through this part.
But it's
Yeah,
what
did it?
great about
Yeah.
you.
Time for
I don't know who I got,
All
man.
right, the combat
This is hard.
and SARS
I got
said we run the
Frieza.
data through all
I
possibilities.
think I have to agree with you though.
Battle!
Oh wait. Then again, you know what? I got Megatron. Yeah.
Those numbers from Frieza were huge, man. But Megatron's super smart. I don't know. Uh-oh.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord
Damn.
Frieza, claim this world as my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
Damn.
I fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum.
Alright. I guess we fighting then.
I love it when they monologue back.
Oh damn. That was an interesting move. Fuck with that.
Pity. I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse.
Let's go.
There we go.
Run! Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits should more than suffice, you blithering ponce.
Damn. Man, that cannon is proving pretty helpful.
I'm saying. A little mace. Frieza ass just too fast.
That's what I'm saying. Frieza's so fast.
He just destroyed half the planet.
Huh?
Oh god. He's a tank now. What the
tank?
Frieza's like, wait, what the f
Wait, what? I thought that was a guy.
man, it's a fucking tank. Oh.
Oh wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh shit. This isn't good.
Uh-oh. We're not even at the strongest one yet. Uh-oh.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's about to destroy everything.
He's just chilling.
fire yourself into it?
Yeah. Looks like it. Oh shit, yeah, he did. Oh, he's moving the planet towards it. Damn.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
Oh God.
Oh.
Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship?
Black
So
hole.
Powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me. What a
You despicable cretinous worm!
shit.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
torture you until your screams can be heard in the vacuum of space!
Oh
die a
God.
fool's death.
Shit.
You will die by my hand!
You fool!
Yeah.
Sabatronians must
Damn.
kill them all.
Bam! Wrong again, Frieza. It was
That was
actually 1
intense.
minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless
That
resilience
was
may have netted him a win in some
That was
scenarios,
cold.
but Frieza's overwhelming power gave him a
The
clear
power
edge.
was crazy.
Megatron's ace in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated Frieza's ass no matter how tough it was.
And that was a real possibility. Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which is
meant
crazy.
the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react, and Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And on his smaller size and key
Trillions of
force fields,
times.
Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only
That
option
was some
was
cool ass
power.
animation.
While
too.
Megatron
Like,
has
that whoever
survived
did that
planet-busting
shit was fire.
explosions and even fought with
Yeah,
a
that
being
shit
that
was
had the
amazing.
energy of a universe behind it, Golden Frieza was just too much for him, considering he certainly surpassed Goku and Beerus' Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super
Damn.
forms would far exceed Megatron's own power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability
Yeah, I didn't
allowed
even
them
know
to
Frieza
crush
had
the
a black
Decepticon leaders.
version. I didn't know about the gold
I
one
guess
either.
you could say
Oh,
Megatron
yeah?
was
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
but Frieza
I haven't seen
was
it.
cooler.
I saw gold
The winner
like a little
is
bit, but I haven't
Frieza.
seen black actually. In, like any of the.
That's
Thanks for
scary,
watching.
dog.
Hey, are you a Death Battle member?
Yeah, it's scary
We've
as
got a ballot
fuck.
going on right now where members get to choose a
scary
matchup
as
for the
shit.
next season.
Who's
so click
next?
that join button and jump into our champions Discord.
Elgato versus Prolabs.
I don't think so. Gojo. Something you do like right there. Oh shit.
From Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, bro. What? Them are the two dopest animes right now. Well, I ain't gonna say that. When it comes to the fighting scenes, bro,
Oh, okay.
top notch though. All
So
right.
that's gonna be another crazy one.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that one. All right, let's watch one of these before I take before we take
You
us
wanted me-
a quick break.
I want to watch like a couple of these, but you so if you want to do a small
Oh,
break
all
first,
right.
we can do that.
All
The
right.
first couple are only like 2 minutes, and I kind of want to go in order. That way we can keep doing it. Like 1 minute,
all
3 minutes more. So just do, yeah. So if you guys, it's up to you how you want to do it. Don't matter to me.
I mean, I guess we could wait. Yeah, let's just wait. Yeah. Okay. Give it a few minutes while I take
Oh yeah. While you take
my annual potty break.
Oh,
here it is again.
Oh, what the hell is that? Is that bread with? Is
Opa.
that not gonna burn? Or maybe it's dissolvable.
I love this guy.
Are these donuts?
Today's
What
stream is
going on?
brought to you by Fluffy Donuts. Fluffy Donuts.
These
Get your
things look
Fluffy
so
Donuts
fluffy.
anywhere
I'm gonna
that you
shut my
can.
mouth because
They're
you're about to
delicious.
get creamy. Sorry. Creamy.
Is it creamy?
It's easy to just be normal, isn't it? Anyways, is this icing or fresh cream? Because damn. Sorry. What the hell is that? It's like a
Gotta watch it all the way through anyway.
Yeah, man, cause that shit, bro.
Is it butter?
I know
What
that
is
shit
going on?
good.
Where's
Yeah,
the
shit,
jug?
look at it.
Oh my god, fill me with cream. I don't really like cream too much, but the way I would bite into that and with all the white stuff around.
Look at-
I dare you.
Look how she just
I thought they
bounced.
were gonna squirt out. Go on, squeeze one. Oh yeah! Thank you. I'm just gonna.
Squeeze one. Oh, yeah. He bogus. Damn. Buddy bogus. Bruh, what's happening? No.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you go back.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, we just saw a little bit of this guy, JKD animator.
JK.
He's got a JK. Yeah, JK. He got a series. It's called Dragon Flows D. As you can tell, it's a play on words. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty fucking dope, combining music and anime essentially. So
I feel like I got a burp.
Get right there. Give
But-
yourself a little pat on the back. Burp did it.
And want to come out as a cough. My body is giving weird signals.
I can tell. Yeah, shit. Figure, slowly where he's got through like 7 episodes and then a couple of mini episodes total. Figure we could kind of work our way through a couple of them. At least
Alright.
tonight, maybe do some of the shorter ones and shit. These first 3 combined are only like 8-9 minutes.
Are they just like they rap battling?
Kinda. It's actually a whole story. It's a whole story. Like you'll see it as it goes, but it's essentially they use their power, their rap, as their key. And yeah. So let's see here. It starts out, pretty simple. It gets going.
Lil Baby heard J. Cole in the studio.
You think I look good, man? Alright, my bad. Just asking. I love how he makes him interact with the lyrics. I love that. Oh, nice. Chilling with this show.
Will I have anything or will I be destroyed? Yeah. Too much money to count. What's the amount? 10 of a bounce. I gotta pay a nigga to add it up. Then pay somebody to make sure whatever amount he say, I'm back it up. Directs and rights, I'm racking up, stacking up. You reaching or acting up. Break it down, weigh it up, not back it up. Make a 5 of mine, that's regular.
Well, damn.
Go back to start, there's never. I'm a
He just knows on this thing.
Ain't no off days on my schedule. Long as I live, we live forever. Told my twin and shit get better. These niggas that slip, let me ahead of.
Flow is strong.
Man.
I don't need them, that shit in the past. I'm feeling like what's next. Got my speed up, foot all on the gas, just not a CA vet. I can beat them, I believe in me. Just tell me what's the bet. How my pride gone.
Let her finish. Yeah, let her finish.
I own 5 homes. Glad some of this shit starting to make sense. I'm staying hella focused.
Cannot be stopped. I ain't worried.
I didn't have shit, I won't forget it. Will I be destroyed? Come to me with everything.
Uh-oh.
I'm addicted to promethazine. It's crazy, I know it. All this money coming in, it drive me crazy, not destroyed. I'll be crazy.
I gotta get
I'm
my
out of
thing.
here.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my bus pass.
No!
Fuck.
That's a reoccurring thing. Hey,
I wonder if he still got that ride though, because he
don't
did
know,
ask
bro.
for a ride.
He did.
He said yeah.
He said he would do it.
He said yeah.
I would hold his head. He said forget the ride though. He was gone. So the challenge has been started. Nice llama. What the hell? Oh man, they about to go.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Cole.
Yes.
I know that you thought I was dormant. Woke up early from shots that was swarming the block from the outside, the cops in the orbit. Cause somebody got popped, now they knocking on doors trying to find an informant. But I ain't seen Nathan, I'm minding my business. As God is my witness, the weapon gon' prosper that's forming against me. Nigga, I'm starving immensely. No one else you gon' miss me. Shower in, I'm on my grizzly. You niggas just cuz, but no, not the ones in the big leagues. After the fall off, I promise I'm coming and selling out Wrigley's.
to the inner flow. Manifest the raw energy.
Yes, sir.
Show me the way, ain't never still. This Glock ain't no pop, it'll pop for real. I fuck with it, sir. I don't pop no pills. My young niggas turn down, got no deals. I need me $1 billion so I can chill. I'm driving like they ain't got no license still. My check I move like he got knives and shit, and I'm popping still. I'm flying at everybody. Helicopter in the middle of the hood, I'm flying at everybody. All these fame niggas be chasing, I swear I don't care about it. Boy, you play, you gon' die in front of everybody. Leave some blood on the street like some red bottles. How you do? See, mommy, it's not so weird. That guy hit, I cut you off like Picasso air. Van Gogh or whoever. Goddamn, bro, you're too clever. Like a fucking James Brown stand for you too ever. Times 2, that's forever. More treble, meaning more high-end shit on your level. Put the fear of God in niggas, I'm pure devil. Walking contradiction, my description. Off the top magician, compositions, non-fiction. Shit it in the competitions. Fight the piss and gone, so long, Saturdays, a nigga use some more long, Yes, Carolina's finest. Another nigga with New York stamps. Honest, out in Queens with the fiends, I'm your highness. Cold world, I'm mistaken for a sinus. My nigga went crazy, walked in this corner and seen so I'm fucking this girl. Fuck all that spinning block, there's a little boy.
Hey.
Everybody had fun with me, never had a woman say she done with me. I was working out on the company. Wanna be on the top where it's plenty. Wanna be in the spotlight where every bitch want me like Rihanna jumping through 50. What I see in the sky, the villas of ceiling can't reach up too high.
It could get dangerous. Who said, who man is the who
Man. Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Here's a tip why niggas grip my testes. You want shoot, then shoot, don't play with me. Hardest shit out the South since slavery.
Yeah, hold on.
They started using jitsu powers and everything. Oh, double
Bro,
bus
they-
pass.
Bro,
Bus pass gone. Out of there.
bus pass. No, he got
You
it.
ain't gotta go
Oh,
get it,
come
bro.
on.
Go get it.
Yeah, he chasing it. The Grandmaster, one of the ancients.
He's not ancient. Oh God. Oh
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's her. The first to unlock all 36.
no. What? Oh,
Lord
my
Rizzo.
boy. Bobby Digital.
Bro, this gets so cool. That's only episode
Oh yeah, that's
1,
tight.
technically.
Yeah, that shit's tight. I could
That shit
definitely
is.
see waiting on the next episode. Like, yeah,
Bro,
bro,
I
I think we gonna post today, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We got to do at least one more, and then we can move on to our
Oh yeah,
normal.
because that's my boy.
He important. You see him. He ain't going nowhere.
I remember the day I really I respected my boy, cause he yeah, I love RZA.
He a one man.
He an all timer for real.
Oh, for sure. For sure. He's involved in one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. Played Trinity.
Oh, okay,
I think he made like a lot of it, honestly.
probably.
I'm fairly certain he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Taco Tuesday. Why did you bring Kanye?
Hey,
Oh shit! Just took his shit.
Hey.
look. I wish everyone could tell me exactly what they need from me. The first
Damn.
second they speak to me, I'm not with all the secrecy, secretly beefing me behind.
$12 for a taco?
Hell yeah!
Damn.
Kanye came to snatch this shit.
He snatched that bitch.
I was up for sale. I listen to a lot of Kanye.
Ah, there he is, RZA. He's chilling. That's it, it's Chuckle. Taco Van, let's go.
Oh God.
You'll know a lot more of the techniques than I will. Because they break out a lot of like actual techniques.
Hot to them little kids, you ain't famous to me. Told you I made me straight to the head, not aiming to please. I could
Well,
give a fuck
damn.
about who designing your sneakers
Damn.
and tees.
That's the shit from Bleach.
See, exactly. You know, I don't know that.
That's my bestie.
I got this God power, that's my leverages. I got this holy water, that's my beverages. I gotta help myself out of selfishness. I just bought a flow out of selfishness. I got
gotta make sure they know who they messing with. I gotta tell them sorry they too delicate. I gotta stay with God where the blessings is. I ain't delivering heavenly messages just for the hell of it. Niggas know they need to stop. I'm standing at the top, that's how I know you never seen the top. Sierra King parking lot, looking like Magic City parking lot.
Okay.
When I walk by, like you know it's okay. Hey, you not a respect, you can't overstep me. Just sit back and listen and watch how you bless me. You wait till I fall in and pull up the catch me. Your check is all you can pull up the check me. This is not love, baby. This is no four leave, no horseshoe. I'm in the back again for you. City coming off a lot.
I lost my bus pass. Last time this shit happened, I lost my bus pass, dog.
Bro, man. He was chasing it down, too. Never got it.
I guess not.
Damn. Oh.
No!
He lost it again. Yeah, that's where they start telling a little of the story and shit, too. Delay at the Taco Man.
Both J. Cole and Lil Baby. Oh no, who's the Grandmaster?
Hey, who's the Grandmaster though?
Could it be Jay-Z? Who could it be? Who
could it be? Alright. Maybe we can watch another one after our shit.
I know, man, cause that shit tight.
Oh yeah, let me ask. So, what do you think?
I love it.
You get vibe with that?
Like you said, it combines some of your favorite interests. It does.
I don't know.
I love
You were one of the
anime
first-
and I love music or rap music. So yeah.
You were one of the first people I thought of when I saw that shit. I was like, I bet Jamie would fuck with this hard.
Yes, I do.
And we could bring it in on Sundays. Because I could sit down and watch that whole thing.
I was
with
just
you
gonna
right
say,
now. I
bro,
could watch
how long is that next video?
The next one's like one of the
It's where the
first full
story was-
episodes. It's 10 minutes. Yeah, it's like one of the first full, videos. It goes 10 minutes, 9 minutes. These are where the episodes come along. The 2 episodes from now is these next couple are really fucking good.
All right. God damn. Yeah, that shit good. I love that shit. That's a 9 and/or a 9 out of 10 for your boy.
Let's go. Maybe we can watch another one after some scary stuff.
know,
But
bro,
I know you want to get to the scary stuff.
I kind of want to watch another one of those.
We can. Hey,
watch
we can
one
do
more.
whatever
Just
you
one
want.
more.
All right, I'm down. Bro, like I said, I will watch the whole thing with you. I don't care.
One more.
Man. This
JK
is like one of the first.
He got me.
Dude, he got me with this too. I've been trying to.
Because now I'm looking at the anime references too. Like, it's like,
Bro, you can tell me where they're from. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just know that they're references. I don't know exactly where they're from.
I don't know them all. I'm pretty sure I don't know them all, but
There's a ton of animes, and there's a lot it could be.
then I can
This
listen
shit
to
goes
people
hard.
flowing and shit. And I'm like, yeah, this is fucking right
Man,
up
you
your
can-
boy
yeah.
alley.
The legends say that beyond the gate of the 37th chamber lies a
Oh no, the 37th chamber.
Yes, sir.
It is said that they may enter the spirit realm.
That chamber doesn't exist.
That's what they did. Nobody knew it did.
There are 2 in particular that I must find and invite to the Dragonflow tournament.
Uh-oh.
For this mission, I summon you.
2 in particular.
In the name of the Wu-Tang.
2 in particular. I'm trying to think of like the hottest rappers, But
If you think about it, it's easy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I could think of one.
Oh yes, is this one of my favorite? Oh man, this isn't the part I thought it was. Damn. This is still great. It's not the part I thought.
I said, empty your mind.
Bruce Lee.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put
Like
into a
water.
bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in the teapot, it becomes the teapot.
Be like water, man.
Dude, Such a great fucking, such a great phrase, great speech. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
It goes inside the mind when the chat was energized up through the back of your spine. So observe as my chi energy strikes your vital nerve.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
If anybody knew how to get there, it would be RZA.
Exactly. These beats the guy makes are cold.
I'm saying, man. J. Cole on top of the Forest Hill Drive house.
Meanwhile.
Do you have the Afterlife stream ready?
Of course, Grandmaster. If you come over here, my assistant.
I think this is the ad. Their ads are kind of funny.
This ain't working. What you mean it's not working?
Not working.
What?
You get a VPN.
You a trip? Anybody say that?
Yeah.
You hear that? You heard not
twerking.
Not twerking because gangsters don't dance. We just pull up our pants and do rock. Look like it's regionally blocked.
Regionally block.
I don't think so. Oh my God! What is NordVPN? I don't know who Nord is. Who's Nord? NordVPN? Oh yeah. Nah. You really gonna sit up here and not know stuff in front of the Grandmaster?
Man.
Like you expect him to run a whole secret organization without NordVPN? I'm sorry, Grandmaster. He's new. We just working on some hiccup. Nah, actually, boss, 2-year anniversary was last Tuesday. We had a cake and stuff, but you know, your full-time employed ass up. And who the hell is having cake without me? Well, the cake said from NordVPN, and it came with a card that said NordVPN. So I think it's from Nord. Oh my God, bro.
That's man, come.
You got cake in the card. This goddamn video is sponsored by NordVPN. Oh, for real? Listen, Grandmaster, I'm real
Yeah, bro, you got a fucking cake and you ain't even tell me. That's what I'd be mad about. I ain't getting no cake.
Wait, boss.
No cake?
This email because
I just want a slice. I just want at least a slice. That's it.
Man, talking about we need better internet security. Like I ain't the most secure MF in this. No, that's the wrong email. You need to check your spam folder. I was talking about another old. Not saying you old, but it continues, and I quote, just because he the Grandmaster, he think he can talk to me how he wants. But I really wish a MF would. The whole thing sounds like a waste of time to me. That was about, you know, I was said that
This continues.
you would have get it for like every device if they're even compatible. And when you look at the resources and the size of your organization,
Right.
the triangulate.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, boss, I clicked on the link and it says that NordVPN is supported.
Yeah, that's a good ad. That's a great ad.
It's funny.
Oh, that's good. But what I was saying was,
oh damn.
It says regionally blocked.
location has never been easier. Oh, that might be useful for a secret organization.
Yeah, it might be useful for a secret organization. Might be.
My bad, boss. But you know what
I wish MF would.
This would be a really simple way to get around that and access anything we want. So, I was thinking. Stop thinking. That's why you stupid. Grandmaster does not care about your thoughts or what you're thinking.
Well, that actually sounds pretty.
I absolutely agree. I mean, it also says that it's completely secure for your internet browsing by
Right.
encrypting the data, stopping third parties and governments from accessing it. But you really think they could
Maybe he wasn't connecting.
I don't know.
It says here that they also
I didn't hear him.
I didn't either, but
back guarantee, so
Maybe it wasn't
you
connecting.
can try it with no risk. Well, I'll be damned.
well, I'll be damned. Stavros.
Yeah.
My damn phone is dead. I can't even see my YouTube chat.
No. DMX and Nipsey.
Oh, he on the other side.
Yeah, he and Flo Holla.
It's the two in particular who I think it is. It's got to be.
Oh man, nigga.
It could be a couple of them.
It could be a lot. It could be a lot. That's the thing. It could be a lot. Unfortunately.
I know. The best.
Sounds like it came from me.
Well, actually, and Biggie.
It's mine.
Uh-oh.
Fuck what you heard. It's what you
Oh, you gonna piss him off now.
Listen, X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. Hit the non-stop, pop up, and stainless steel.
Trying to let them know.
No matter how many cats
Hey, big guy, exactly.
who you sending me. They don't know who we be looking, but they don't know who they see. Crossover like hot sauce. On this gutter shit I never popped off. Nothing can save us and we realized it. We knew the outcome and we still tried it. That South Central state of mind, I'm in the field logic. Broken culture that we all lost everything. Elevating innovation over ignorance. Go flourish, double back and come and get your niggas. There ain't nothing realer. On these beats, I feel like I'm a murderer. Who are these niggas? Who are y'all? Never heard of them. I don't really got no time for chit chat. Just get back, just chop for a break, pussies in half. I do me all night and all day, dog. You run up on me, then that chopper's going straight, dog. Clip on infinity, shooting up your vicinity. I got Duff Clinton, little money like my name Hillary. Man, I'm the best. Man, I'm a rebel. Billy Idol in my earphones, I'm a devil.
Shit. Oh shit.
I hit you in your face, you leaking body fluid. I get the drilling, I'm sitting, I'm killing, I'm sitting if I get the feeling.
Everybody wants a spot, bro.
What is he? Everybody there.
Why y'all so mad?
And it ain't even about the dough. It's about
I gave him a little bit of money.
Y'all getting down, like a nigga said freeze. But won't be the one ending up on his knees, bitch, please. If the only thing you can't steal was came out to play, stay out my way, motherfucker. Then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you.
Damn, man, they pulling out full metal stuff. It's a lot of techniques being, passed
hey, look,
down.
Playing some chess.
I know. It's over here chilling. Excellent. We need Biggie and Pac.
Hey guys.
The two we need. I'm looking for the two specifically.
Like it's supporting the channel.
Dude, the next one is great.
JK the animator.
Win-win for everybody.
Shout out, bro, cause your ass, that shit fire.
In the description below.
I love this shit. I love this shit.
For helping me with the RZA free.
I knew you would.
I absolutely love it. I guess now it's time to get scared, but goddamn, bro, I love that shit.
We can keep going. I don't care.
No, let me plug my phone up real quick though.
Oh yeah, I get everything going.
Oh no. It says regionally blocked. Maybe I should turn on this NordVPN. This stream is brought to you by... It's not. We don't have a NordVPN sponsor. Yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Hey. I love it.
Like, oh, that boy was in his bag.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I love it.
That boy was in that bag.
I'm telling you, people don't know nothing
Hey,
about
bro,
Bill,
they
man.
was in the studio trying to pull him back as that was
They were
happening.
trying-
They were like, "Bro,
you know-
chill." He was like, "No, bro, I'm finna hit it one more time."
A
Lovely day. They was like, "No, bro, stop, bro." He's like, "No, dog."
No, it needs one more.
Okay.
It needs one more.
That's beyond in the bag, bro. You in the suitcase. You in
Dude.
there.
Yeah, bro, you're beyond everything.
Alright, let me get my lights down.
That looks scary.
Cause just one look at you, and I wanna punch you in the face.
A lovely day. Man, that's a hit. God, your kids don't know about that shit, no?
It's crazy how, yeah, like music is fucking super powerful, bro.
Music is, man.
As my boy says, mind control.
Music is shit.
Sometimes the truth
Shit.
is stranger
Mr.
than fiction.
Ballin'.
And today we're
There's
going to
our
look at three
boy.
stories that demonstrate that. But before we
Oh,
get
God,
into
it's
those
peeing,
stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious, the
I
Legend
love
story
that day.
format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once a week.
Chill out
So
over
if
there.
that's of interest to
Another
you,
day.
please sneak in
Another
the like
day.
buttons home.
Bro, I'm about to be scared. I
and
need
break
something
off
to keep
all
me
the tabs on your soda
Another
and beer
day.
cans.
I'm
Also,
gonna be
please
thinking
subscribe
about Bill
to the
Weathers
channel
the whole
and turn on
video.
all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's stories.
No. I
You already
dread-
bailed out?
No, yeah.
You already bailed
when
out?
the music hits, that's when I know it's time to dip.
Nobody go.
On October 20th, 1986, Captain Alexander Kluyev was piloting a passenger plane that was about to descend
Top
down into
three
a Russian
strange
airport
but
for
true.
layover. On board this plane were
Yeah.
94 occupants, including passengers.
Usually, man, he's got some
And
crazy
as the
ass
captain
stories at
began
this
going
time.
over in his mind the different steps he would need to follow to land this plane, he practically sighed with boredom. He had always thought life as a pilot would be exciting and interesting, but all he ever did were these short commercial flights around Russia, and they lacked any sort of thrill. In fact,
okay,
the
bro.
captain had
That means
flown
it's a
this
good
particular
day.
route so many times he could practically do it in his sleep.
See?
So as the captain was about
People
to
get
begin
bored.
yet another
People get
boring
bored, bro.
descent to end yet
You know how
another
that
boring
go.
flight, he was
I do
suddenly
too,
struck
but it's
with
like, bro,
very
that's a good thing
unexpected
when you
I
have
know.
a
Yes,
I
boring
mean-
week.
He stopped what he was doing,
Like we talk
and he
about every
discovered he
week.
was co-pilot
There's
of
something
this
in our
plane,
brain though that
Serenade.
just
And he said, "Hey, Gennady,
craves
can I ask you
change,
something?" At the
or
same time,
excitement,
Captain
that type of thing.
Alexander and Gennady were having this conversation up in the cockpit.
It's a
Down on
balance
the
to
ground,
everything.
inside of that Russian airport where the captain was supposed to land, an air traffic controller noticed on their radar that Captain Alexander's plane was coming in way too fast and at too steep of an angle to attempt a landing. And so the controller radioed up to the captain and said, "Hey, you're going too fast. Adjust your speed, adjust your angle. Otherwise, you're going to need to abort this landing." But the captain did not radio anything back to the controller. Instead, the plane continued its descent at the same angle and the same speed, and to the controller's horror, they looked out the window and literally saw the plane was lowering its landing gear. Like, clearly they are going to attempt to land,
Right.
even though this
So,
looks so dangerous.
did he not
And so
get the
controller, in a
message?
bit of a panic, radios again up to the captain.
'Cause
and
whoever
says,
in
"Hey,
there
you're still
obviously
coming in
coherent."
Too fast, too steep of an angle, abort the landing. But again, the captain did not respond. What Captain Alexander had said to Gennady when he said, "Hey, can I ask you something?"
least they
was,
think they
"Hey,
are.
do you want to make a bet that I can land this
Oh,
plane blind?" And Gennady, who was also very bored, thought, "You know what? That's a great idea. Let's do
No,
it."
it's not.
So the two pilots lowered all the shades inside of the cockpit, blocking all of the windows, so Captain Alexander literally can't see anything except for his instruments. And then Captain Alexander attempted to land the plane. And when the air traffic controller began calling up to Captain Alexander saying, "You're going too fast, your angle's wrong," Captain Alexander was sure he could pull it off, and so he totally ignored the controller.
Well,
and
did you
went
at least-
for the
you could have
runway.
at least slowed
When he
down.
hit the runway, he was going too fast at too steep of an angle, and so it broke off the landing gear. The plane skidded all the way down the runway and then flipped over and caught on fire. Out of the 94 people who were on board that plane, 70 would perish, including the
Bro, you
co-pilot,
risked
Kennedy Zerno.
all those people's
As for
lives
Captain Alexander, who
off of-
orchestrated this whole tragedy,
He survived.
well, he actually survived.
Oh my
and He
God.
was sentenced to 15 years in prison.
He survived too.
He only got 15 years for that.
Damn,
you just killed.
dude,
You just killed 40-something people.
Bro.
On August 23rd, 2013,
killed-
in a Russian suburb, 8-year-old Maria
That's so
Shevcheva
stupid.
was hard at work at her kitchen table, drawing a picture of a horse.
That might be
Maria's
some of the
parents had
stupid shit we
recently
ever
brought her to
hear
a
in
farm
life.
Where she was able to
Yeah,
do some pony riding.
that's top.
And ever
That's
since
top
then,
five.
she's
Top,
become
yeah,
obsessed
for sure.
with horses
I agree.
and ponies.
I agree,
And so
Canada,
as Maria
dude.
was hard at work on her drawing, her father, 42-year-old Mikhail, was right nearby at the kitchen stove dicing up onions.
Oh,
and as
no.
he did, his
Oh,
eyes were
no.
kind of watering from cutting the onions. And so he was making a show of turning around and looking at his daughter,
Oh, don't do
pretending
that.
to cry. And Maria thought it was very funny.
Okay,
and at
well, that's
some
fine.
point,
Have some
as
fun with
Mikhail
her.
was doing this, he realized he was missing a key ingredient for the dinner he was
Oh,
preparing.
no.
So he kind of threw up his hands in exasperation, and then he yelled out into the house to his wife, hey, do we have any potatoes? And from somewhere in the back of the house, Maria's mother called back, yes, we do. They're down in the cellar, but they're pretty old. And so
No,
Mikhail finished
don't eat
chopping
'em.
his onions,
Don't
and
eat
threw
'em.
them into a hot pan.
Don't
and
eat
then
'em.
Walked out of the kitchen, poking Maria playfully as he walked by. And
Don't-
kinda laughing.
no.
And then Maria watched as her father walked through the living room, past Maria's grandmother and brother, and he walked over to this door that was right at the beginning of this hallway.
No.
And the door led down into the cellar. And so
How
Maria
old
just
are
stopped for
they?
a moment and just watched as her dad
I don't
opened
know.
the cellar
That's a
door,
good question.
began walking down the
Yeah,
steps.
like, are they
and
edible?
And then Maria just went back to
Good
her
question.
of course. But after a few minutes, Maria started to smell something really bad, and she looked up and she saw the onions that were on the burner were starting to burn, and smoke was going up into the ceiling. And then suddenly the smoke alarm went off, and as this commotion is happening, Maria's grandmother runs into the kitchen and begins fanning the smoke. She turns off the burner and moves the onions, and then Maria's mother comes running into the kitchen, and she's seeing what's happening, and she's looking around. She doesn't see her husband, and so very frustratedly, she yells out, Mikhail, you burned the onions. Come in and deal with this. But Mikhail was not on the first floor. He was still down in the cellar. And so Maria's mother knew that, and she was kind of annoyed that he was taking so long down there. And so after muttering something under her breath, she stormed out of the kitchen, walked over to the cellar door, opened it up,
What happened?
went downstairs, shutting the door behind her.
Where the fuck is
Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, Maria's grandmother was now going through the burned onions, looking for any that were salvageable, and Maria had gone back to her horse drawing. But after about 5 minutes, it dawned on Maria that her parents had still not come out of the
Right.
cellar yet, and it just felt like too much time had passed. They should be up by now. And so Maria stopped working on her picture and just stared down the hall at the cellar door.
Like where this is going.
And at the same time, Maria's grandmother had stopped with
I
the
don't like where
onions
this is
and
going
she
at
had
all.
come over and was watching from right next to Maria down the hall at the cellar door. Both of them just expecting the parents to emerge any second. But as the seconds ticked by, nobody emerged from the cellar. And so finally, Maria's grandmother said, okay, I'm going to go see what's going on. And so Maria watched as her grandmother walked through the living room past
Oh,
Maria's
boy.
brother, who was playing a video game.
Oh,
And
here we got a
Maria's
brother. I didn't know about the
grandmother, right
brother.
in front of the closed cellar door, just yelled out, hey, are you guys okay down there? But there was no response from the cellar. And so with this, Maria's grandmother turned around and told Maria's brother to turn off his video game because it was so noisy. Maybe they were calling from the cellar and they couldn't hear them. And so the brother, who was just totally frustrated by this whole situation, he paused his game. And then Maria's grandmother called out again, hey, are you guys okay down there? And this time, when there was still silence, Maria's brother, he just stood up and said, okay, why don't we just go downstairs and make sure they're okay? Why aren't we doing that? And so without
Agreed.
waiting for a response from his grandmother,
All of us,
Maria's
let's go.
brother just walked right over to the cellar door. He opened it up and he looked down and he goes, look, they're right there. And then the brother began walking down the steps, yelling to his parents, hey, come on, where's dinner? What's going on?
No.
And as he did, he shut the door behind him. And so after this, Maria's grandmother walked back into
Why
the
did you shut the
kitchen and
door?
sat with Maria as the two of them stared at the cellar door, expecting their family to return any
Why did he
second
shut the
now.
door though?
But they didn't. And so at this point, both Maria and her grandmother were really starting to panic. They could tell something was wrong. And so Maria's grandmother grabbed her phone and called a neighbor and just said, hey, can you come over? I think something's wrong. I don't know what it is.
I mean,
and then after Maria's grandmother hung up
smart
the phone,
move, I guess,
instead of
because she
waiting
knew
for the
something was
neighbor to
going
come
on by
over,
then.
Maria's grandmother just got
What
up
if you
and
called the
walked
police?
right
What are you
over
gonna
to the
say?
cellar
You know,
door
my
and
kids
opened
walked
door
into the
and
basement
began
5
walking
minutes
down
ago and
the
they haven't
stairs.
come back.
This time, the grandmother left
Keep the door open.
And
Exactly.
so Maria was able to listen from her seat in the kitchen to the sound of her grandmother's footsteps making their way down the stairs. And then at some point, Maria heard what sounded like a distinct thud, and then
Like a
silence.
sinkhole
Now,
down
at this
there,
point,
bro.
Maria is terrified.
No, I
the
think-
neighbor has not come over yet. And
someone's
so without
killing
knowing what
somebody,
else
bro.
to do, she just got up and walked over to the
Oh,
open
God.
cellar door and just stared down into the darkness down below. She couldn't see anything, but she was too scared to even call out to her family. And then finally, she just began descending the stairs herself. 10 minutes later, the neighbor who Maria's grandmother had called finally arrived over at their house. He knocked on the front door.
Yeah, now
but
they're not gonna really
answered,
get
so
in,
he
yeah.
tried the doorknob, found it unlocked, so he opened it up and he stepped inside. And right away, you know, he looked around and it was totally quiet. There was nobody on the first floor of
The
the house.
fuck, man? What the
But
fuck
the
is
neighbor
going on?
immediately
Man.
started crying, and he
Oh.
walked around the first floor listening for where it was coming from. And he realized when he got to the top of the open door leading down into the cellar that the crying was coming from down there. And so without a thought, the neighbor just ran down the stairs and he couldn't believe what he found. He found Maria, the 8-year-old, just crying on the ground, and all around her was her entire family just laying on the ground. Now, the neighbor had no idea what was going on, but sensing clearly there was some sort of emergency based on the call he got and what he was seeing now, he just scooped up Maria, ran upstairs, and ran out of the house and began screaming for help. When help arrived, they would search the house and make their way down into the cellar, and they would discover that Maria's entire family, her grandmother, her brother, her parents, they were all dead. And what had killed them were the very potatoes that Mikhail
yeah.
had gone down to
Yeah.
get. It would turn out
Was it
Maria's
the
mother
fumes
was
or
right
something?
when she warned Mikhail that the potatoes they had downstairs were very old. In fact, they were so old, they had begun to rot, and as they rotted, they produced this toxic fume that did not ventilate out of the cellar. The cellar was totally
Damn.
enclosed, there was no
Yeah,
windows,
there's nowhere for
and
it
the
to
family
go.
had this habit of always shutting the door whenever they went down into the cellar. And so
Oh.
over time, this fume had totally filled the entire cellar, and one by one, as family members went down
Kept
into the
going
cellar,
in.
sealing the door behind them, they passed out from these fumes and then died. Maria was the only one who survived going down into the cellar
'Cause they had
her
left the door
grandmother,
open.
who had gone down right before her, had left the door
Damn.
open. And so by the time Maria had gone down, a lot of the toxic fumes had found their way up the stairs and escaped into the rest of the house. And so when Maria went down there, it was not nearly as toxic.
Damn. That's
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring
I knew
today's
it.
video.
The fucking
Before I became a
potatoes, man. I
professional
fucking
storyteller,
knew it.
I was a member of the
I thought they was.
You
I,
called it.
I thought it was gonna eat them though.
My second child.
Yeah, you thought they were gonna eat
was
them.
such a-
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Instead,
crazy.
I was pretty common and really focus on person, and I still am.
Yeah, so that was
Now
two of
listen,
them. So this
therapy
last
is
one's gonna be a
which
long
means
one.
you can
I don't
get
know,
out a
but
group
obviously
survey
those potatoes were really
online,
old.
video,
That's
phone
answers
call,
our
or some
question.
combination. Also,
Yeah,
you can
this is
switch
very
therapists
old.
at any time at no additional cost. Go to our sponsor, BetterHelp.com/Mr.
Sick kind of shark
Ballin
on me
for
mid
10% off your
podcast.
first month of therapy with BetterHelp.
That's messed up
and
for
get
us.
matched with a
Messed up.
therapist who will listen and help.
I don't like this.
Oh, that's a cool red background.
No, it's not.
In
Oh, it's not.
1993, a pregnant woman named Diane Schaap sat inside of a hospital room in the city of Fulda, Germany, staring anxiously at the nurse who was doing her blood pressure. When the nurse was done, she would tell Diane that her blood pressure was still too high. And so Diane, she sighed and she was pretty upset by this, but at the same time, she wasn't all that shocked. After all, Diane had come to the hospital because she thought something was wrong with her. Diane was an American who lived on the nearby Sickles Army Airfield Base along with her husband, Sergeant Stephen Schaap. And that morning, Diane had begun to bleed, and because she had a history of miscarriages, she panicked and just
damn.
rushed to the hospital to get checked out. Now, ultimately, the doctors would tell her that it seemed like she was going to be okay and that the bleeding was not a big issue, but as a precaution, they wanted her to stay in the hospital for a week, just doing bed rest, where they could
Hell
watch her
yeah.
and make sure she was really okay. And so far, she was, but her blood pressure was still too high. The nurse who had taken Diane's blood pressure finished doing the rest of Diane's vitals, and then afterwards, she left the room, leaving Diane alone. And Diane, now, it's the first time she's been alone inside of her hospital room since she arrived, and suddenly she just felt so anxious about the whole situation. And so as she's laying in her bed, wondering if her pregnancy was really okay, she heard footsteps out in the hallway, and then suddenly her door busted open, and it was her husband, Stephen. And Stephen, you know, his skin was pale, his eyes were red, he looked really upset, and he rushed into the room, and he kneeled down next to Diane's bed, and he took her hand, and he just said, you know, how are you doing? It had been a really hard stretch lately for Diane and Stephen. Just a few months earlier, Diane had actually asked Stephen for a divorce because she felt like Stephen had grown distant and the love was just not there anymore in their relationship. As for Stephen, he didn't want the divorce. He felt like the relationship was still good, they still loved each other.
My boy's like, I can
Diane
save it.
unhappy,
I can
and
save
so he
it.
was very gentlemanly about this whole situation and even went with Diane to the base's cleric where they arranged for Diane to be sent back to the United States while Stephen stayed in Germany. But before Diane was able to make that move back home, she had discovered that she was pregnant. Now, Diane knew Stephen really wanted to reconcile and get back together, and especially now that he had found out she was pregnant, he really wanted them to get back together so he could be the dad. But Diane knew that just was not possible. Their relationship just didn't work. And so she needed to be firm, and so she actually squeezed Stephen's hand as he's sitting there right next to her, and she just said to him, even though he hadn't brought it up, she said, you know, we can't get back together, even though I'm pregnant. It can't happen. But Stephen just kind of shook his head at her like he was not here for that reason. And he said, look, I just want to be your friend. Let me go back to your house. I'll gather up your things and bring them here to make your stay a little bit more comfortable. And so Diane, who wanted to tell Stephen, you know, no, don't do that, I'm fine, she could just tell that he really wanted to help her. And so, kind of against her better judgment, Diane said, okay, Stephen, if you want to go back and get my stuff, I would really appreciate it. And at that, Stephen stood up and he gave Diane a long hug and said, you know, I'll be right back. And then he turned and left the room. A few hours later, at around 5 p.m. that evening, the phone inside of Diane's room began to ring. And so Diane answered it, and it was her husband's best friend, Gregory Glover. And he was calling just to check in on Diane because he had heard she was in the hospital about some bleeding, and he wanted to make sure the baby was okay. And Diane would tell him that, you know, it seems like everything's fine. And then after that, Gregory would tell Diane that he was really worried about Stephen. He said, you know, this morning I had driven him to work, and all he did was pour his heart out to me about how he wanted to get back together with you. And I just want you to know that, you know, he's really
He jacked up right now.
But before Diane could even respond to Gregory, the phone just suddenly went dead. And so Diane, she held the phone out, kind of staring at it, like, what's going on here? She put it back to her ear. She said Greg's name a few more times, but the line was just totally dead. And so Diane, she hung up the phone.
Greg. That's kind of funky, Greg.
Gregory would just
What's up,
call
man?
back. But 30 minutes went by, and Gregory did not call back. And then out in the hallway, Diane began to hear running. And that running continued all the way up the hall, and it stopped right outside of her door. And so she turned to face her door. The door flung open, and what she saw caused Diane to just freeze in total shock. A few hours earlier, after Stephen had left Diane's hospital room,
Don't sound
he had gone
good.
straight to her house to begin gathering things up for her.
Are you
so when
muted?
he got there, he had a gym bag, which
Am I?
was made by a sports and athletic company called Head.
Can't hear you.
And he had gone inside of her house and begun going around the rooms, gathering.
I don't know.
Can't hear you. That be a chin.
No.
I don't hear you. What the hell? Jimmy went silent. We lost him. Oh, wait, there he is. I heard that.
I'm here.
Oh. Oh. Couldn't hear you for a while.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
Oh. Me either. Alright, whatever.
Making sure
My
you
bad.
want. And
That's sort to make
Diane
sure if you were talking, I could hear it, because that's part of the whole, you know, that's part of the whole thing here.
Overcome with sadness because he looked around the room.
I think, all I'm saying is this is not good.
Card that was face down on the table.
You can't have Tiny without the dancer and dancer without the Tiny.
Seeing just suddenly made him feel
so
depressed about losing his marriage. And so Stephen, instead of continuing to
What do you
gather
think?
up things for Diane, he just
right.
began pacing back and forth inside of her bedroom.
But he backed up. He fucked. His man is
Maybe
fucked.
there was a gift he could give her, or some sort of offering or gesture that would show her.
She
that
shat
he
on him,
loved
bro,
her
and
very
it was.
much. And so as Stephen was thinking about this, he happened to glance down at his gym bag, and suddenly he felt totally inspired, like he knew exactly what he needed to do. And so without another thought, Stephen grabbed something off of the mantelpiece inside of Diane's bedroom, he threw it inside of his gym bag, then he grabbed the bag and walked out of her house. Once Stephen was outside, he had a big smile on his face, he was even whistling as he walked, and he went down and he got into his car and he drove off. But instead of going to the hospital where Diane was, Stephen began driving in these weird loops all around Sickles Army Airfield Base, almost like he was going on a joyride. But as he was driving, Stephen was constantly scanning left and right, like he was looking for something. And then at some point, as he did one of his many loops, Stephen passed by the mess hall, the cafeteria, and he saw all the soldiers going in and out of this mess hall, and he thought, oh, that's where it will be. The thing I need is inside of there. And so Stephen, he parked his car, he got out, and he rushed inside of the mess hall. But after looking all around, he couldn't find the thing he wanted. And so frustrated, he turned and walked out of the mess hall. But when he went back outside, as he was walking back to his car, something out of the corner of his eye caught his attention.
Yeah.
He looked over, and it was this phone booth right on the sidewalk up against the road. And he couldn't believe it, but there it was. There was the thing right near this phone booth that Stephen desperately wanted. And so Stephen, instead of going to his car, just began walking in a straight, very determined line towards this phone booth. 30 minutes later, Diane heard those running footsteps out in the hallway, and then her door flung open, and she froze in shock at what she saw. Because what she saw was her husband, and he had this totally crazy look on his face. He was smiling, but kind of deranged, and he was holding that head gym bag. And he walked in holding the bag and just stared directly at Diane, and then he opened it up, he reached inside, and he pulled out his special gift. The thing he had been driving all around base for, that he had found inside of that phone booth, and he walked up to Diane and he put it right in her face and said, look what I brought you, look. And by this point, Diane was screaming bloody murder. It would turn out when Stephen first arrived at Diane's hospital room that morning, and he had knelt down and taken her hand and asked if she was okay, Diane had been very firm with him that they could still not get back together.
She must have known he was off his rocker.
Now, this was crushing news for Stephen because he did.
Like she must have seen the signals.
He would bring them back together. But what Diane told Stephen next was infinitely more crushing. She would say to Stephen that the real reason they could not get back together
the baby isn't
was
his.
because this baby was not his. Now, Stephen had initially taken this news pretty well and said to Diane, okay, I understand, at least let me go to your house and gather up some things for you and bring them back here. So
see, why would you say yes there to that?
And Diane had maybe been a little bit
because she was, he crazy, bro.
And she said, okay, yeah, that would be great.
She probably told his ass no, but we already know how that go.
Went into her room and he began putting her things into that gym bag when suddenly he stopped because he noticed those pictures on the mantelpiece of their wedding day, and it was just kind of crushing to realize that his marriage really was over. And then, before he went back to packing, he happened to glance over at the bedside table, and he noticed a card face down on
it was his homie.
Now, at first, Stephen actually didn't react to this card because he knew who had given it to Diane. It was just a friend of hers, and the card was kind of meaningless. It was just a card to celebrate their friendship. But then, Stephen suddenly thinking to himself, wait a minute. This person, this friend of Diane's, gives her cards all the time. And this person is always coming over to say hi to Diane. And this person's always complimenting Diane and telling me how great Diane is. And it was like suddenly everything just kind of fell into place for Stephen. And he realized this so-called friend of Diane's was much more than that. This friend was Diane's lover and very likely the father of her unborn child. And who was this friend of Diane's? Well, none other than Stephen's very best friend, Gregory Glover. The same Gregory Glover that Stephen just that morning had poured his heart out to on the ride to work, telling Gregory how much he missed his wife and how much he wanted to reconcile. And Gregory's advice to Stephen had been, well, you know, I know you're hurting, but you really need to let this go. You need to let the divorce happen and just move on with your life. And now Stephen realized that Gregory wanted Stephen to end his relationship with his wife so Gregory could have a relationship with Diane. So Stephen felt unbelievably betrayed, and that was when he decided to get a gift for Diane. And so he grabbed a knife that was on the mantelpiece inside of Diane's bedroom. He threw it inside of his gym bag. He got in his car and he began driving around the base looking for Gregory. And after Stephen had gone into the mess hall and then come back out again, he had spotted Gregory on the phone inside of that phone booth. Stephen had immediately run over, opened it up, grabbed Gregory, pulled him out, and begun stabbing him. Now, Stephen didn't know this, but at the time he attacked Greg was literally on the phone with Diane. And so when that call suddenly dropped and Diane expected Gregory to call her back, well, their call really hadn't dropped. It was just that Gregory had been pulled away and was being attacked. Gregory, who was totally caught off guard, tried his best to defend himself against Stephen, but Stephen was just crazed and he kept hacking away until finally Gregory had stopped moving. And then at some point, Stephen stood up and kind of caught his breath, and he's looking around at all these onlookers who can't believe what they're seeing. And Stephen said, "I'm sorry." He grabbed some things off the ground, put them inside of his head bag, and then he took the bag, he ran to his car, drove to the hospital, ran through the hospital to Diane's room. He flung the door open, and Diane is shocked to see him. And Stephen walks in with this crazed look on his face, and he holds up the bag, he unzips it, and pulls out Gregory's severed head. And he holds it right in front of Diane and says, look what I brought you, look. And he placed it down right on the bedside table, looking directly at Diane. And so Diane began screaming and people began rushing into the room. Meanwhile, Stephen just sat in the corner calmly, waiting to be arrested. Ultimately, Stephen would be tried by a military court, and he would be sentenced to life in prison.
He lost his shit bad. Just because she ain't want you no more, dog. It's alright, man.
One morning in 1912, in a little town in Iowa, a neighbor went over to the Moore family's home and they knocked on their door, but there was no answer.
This is like a little snippet of his podcast.
I
don't want it.
They saw the Moore family had not tended to any of their farm animals that day, which was very odd. And so the neighbor, who's starting to feel concerned, knocked again on the door, but there was still no answer. And so they got the police. And when the police showed up, they went inside that house and they discovered an absolute massacre. The Moore family were all dead. And the only clue police had as to what happened to them was an axe that was found inside their house. And as police began investigating this crime, they quickly discovered that this was far from an isolated event. To hear this full story, listen to the latest episode of the Bedtime Stories podcast.
Let's go. I gotta actually go back and start listening to them.
Yes, sir. More chilling stories just like this one.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So that's going to do it. If you enjoyed today's stories, be sure to check these just like these.
I prefer mine to be extremely fake while I'm listening to it at work. So when I'm leaving work, I don't get fucking super terrified. I need mine to be extremely fake.
I want one.
I'll watch the good stuff when I get home.
Like this.
What's that?
It's a little plush doll. Sorry, I can't move my cursor. It's a little plush doll. Looks like that. From Mr. Nightmare's channel. It's a little stuffed doll.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Nope. Don't want it.
I'm gonna buy it and have one. I'm gonna have one get sent to you.
Too scary.
Special to you.
If it's on a 5 and above scare on a scare meter.
Man, come on. It's a little plushie toy.
That's like a 6.
No, come on, bro. I'm gonna get you one.
And he's holding a drink too. That could be my essence that he's drinking. Nope.
It could be. It might be. It probably is.
Nope. Don't want it. Nope. Too scary.
All right. Well, let's Let's see what happened on Friday the 13th then. Since you don't want to get a plushie with me. Look at that thing. It's so cute.
Friday the 13th.
Did you know it was Friday the 13th?
A date cursed with
this
death.
past Friday? I didn't know.
A date that people look at as an excuse to do scary themed
This is
activities
the day after
like
my mom's
binging
birthday,
scary
I knew.
movies. But this is the first year since
Yeah, 'cause
2017
I
that
blanked.
Friday the 13th falls in October. So for this video, we're looking at some of the most terrifying events that have actually taken place on the notorious day of bad luck.
Turkey says hi, Jimmy.
Tupac Shakur, better known as a stage name simply
Wait,
as
whoa,
Tupac,
whoa,
is an
where are we
American
going with
rapper
this?
widely considered to be one of the most influential
gotta
and
do the
successful
heart.
rappers
Gotta
of
do the
all
heart
time.
too,
Tupac was arguably responsible for
box.
some of the most memorable rap verses in
Is that
history.
a box?
And while much of his notoriety came about
Like an
after his
oval. That was
like an
shocking death in
oval.
the
Yeah,
late
my heart is
1990s,
like an
he's
oval.
still remembered and talked about today. On the night of September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas celebrating his business partner's birthday. And one night while there, he
Don't
attended
you
the
be
Bruce
jamming out
Sullivan
the
versus
scary
Mike
music,
Tyson
bro.
boxing match.
Bro, it's Tupac, bro. You hear
Grand.
this?
Later that night at about 11:15 p.m.,
Stop
while at a
it. Stop
stoplight,
it.
a white four-door Cadillac sedan pulled up to the passenger side of Tupac's vehicle, and an occupant rapidly fired into the car. He was hit 4 times, once in the arm, once in the thigh,
happened on Friday the
twice in
13th?
the chest, with one
He
bullet
said it was
entering
the
his
7th.
right lung. Tupac succumbed to his injuries 6 days later on
Oh,
September 13th.
He
This
died
was a
on
Friday.
Friday the 13th.
The case went unresolved, with people suspecting his friend Suge Knight and even rapper Biggie Smalls of the murder. But recently, on September 29th,
course.
2023, 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis was charged in the killing of Tupac.
This is recently
Dwayne is not
happened.
accused of being the one to pull the trigger that night in Las Vegas, but he is, however, being accused of having been the one to call the hit on Tupac. The trial is still currently in progress.
Bro, can you
I don't know
believe
what we're
that too,
gonna.
man?
I don't know, man.
Out of
I'm
all
curious.
the time,
I want to know what we're gonna find out. I want to know
That may
if
come
we're
down to
gonna
pure
learn anything.
superstition among
Actually,
some people. There have been a few tragedies in the air on this day. In October 1972, on Friday the 13th, a plane heading to
it.
Chile was forced to crash land in the Andes Mountains.
Oh,
The flight was carrying 45 passengers and crew, including 19 members of the Old Christians Club Rugby Union team, along
damn.
with their families, supporters, and friends. 3 crew members and 9 passengers died immediately. Several more died soon afterward due to the frigid temperatures and the severity of their injuries. Survivors of the crash hid in the wreckage for warmth and were eventually forced to cannibalize and
Yeah.
leave deceased
That's
passengers
the-
to survive.
yeah.
A rescue team was
I've
sent
seen a
out,
movie
but the mission was
based
called
on
off
that.
after 10 days.
Oh, really?
However,
Yeah.
72 days after the crash, as the weather improved with the arrival of late spring, 2 survivors climbed a 4,700-meter mountain peak without gear and hiked for 10 days into Chile to seek help, traveling a total of 38 miles. The 2 men were able to alert authorities that there were still 16 survivors trapped in the mountains, leading to their rescue. But believe it or not, on the exact same Friday the 13th as this plane crash, the same exact date, was another plane crash that
Oh,
killed
damn.
all 164 passengers and 10 flight crew.
Jesus Christ.
It was Aeroflot 217. The plane needed to land due to horrible weather conditions, but crashed upon landing in Russia just 3 miles away from the runway. The exact cause of the crash could not be determined, but it's speculated that it was largely to do with simply human error. Casualty-wise, it is one of the worst plane crashes in history. While these incidents are incredibly rare, perhaps there is a reason flights are cheaper on Friday the 13th. If you're not
Damn.
superstitious, perhaps it may be worth it. But now we move from the sky to the sea, looking at the Costa Concordia disaster. On
That's
Friday
a-
the 13th,
I didn't know that
January
about planes,
2012,
though.
The 8-year-old Costa Cruises ship Costa Concordia just left Civitavecchia, Italy at approximately 7:18 p.m. On board were 1,022 crew members and 3,206 passengers. As the Concordia
It's like
approached
4,000
Chilio Island
to
several
five-
hours
five-
later,
nearly
it
5,000
deviated
folks,
from its
bro.
standard course,
That's
moving
crazy,
closer to
dude.
the small Tuscan island for a maritime salute, which included the cruise ship sounding its horn to show off to onlookers on the land. The Concordia had performed several in the past, but the area was known for rock outcroppings, and at some point, such a formation was noticed in the ship's path. Francesco Schettino, the captain, ordered a change in course, but allegedly, due to language issues, the Indonesian helmsman steered the boat in the opposite direction. It took a little over 10 seconds to correct the maneuver, and the boat's bow ultimately swung clear, but the stern collided with the reef at approximately 9:45 p.m. The damage had been done. The Concordia's port side had suffered a 174-foot tear. This caused the ship to list and then partially sink, landing unevenly on an underwater ledge. Although a 6-hour rescue effort brought most of the passengers ashore, 33 people died, 27 passengers, 5 crew, and later a member of the salvage team. An investigation focused on the shortcomings in the procedures followed by the Concordia's crew and the actions of the captain, Francesco, who left the ship prematurely, leaving behind about 300 passengers on board the sinking ship, most of whom were rescued by helicopters or motorboats in the area. Santino was found guilty of manslaughter, sentenced to 16 years in prison. Despite receiving criticism, Costa Cruises and its parent company Carnival Corporation didn't face criminal charges. The total cost of the disaster, including victims' compensation, refloating, towing, and scrapping costs, is estimated at $2 billion, more than 3 times the ship's original $612 million construction cost. The cruise line offered compensation to passengers to pay for all damages, including the value of the cruise. Only 1/3 of the survivors took the offer. This remains the biggest modern cruise ship catastrophe.
Due to a language barrier, it said
born in Southport, England, 1951, to Bella and Thomas McGreevy. David was the second oldest of 6 children. Since David's father was a sergeant in the British Army, a lot of his childhood was spent moving from one army base to another. This could mean that one year he was being educated in an army school in England, the next in Germany. According to David's mother, living in Germany was his happiest time. David's mother, Bella, later said she could only remember one childhood incident of concern, as David was otherwise allegedly well behaved. In 1967, 15-year-old David left school and enlisted in the Royal Navy. However, he was dismissed from the Navy in August 1971 after being court-martialed for starting a fire that destroyed a mess wardroom. David then moved back in with his parents, but around this time his life was crumbling as his fiancée broke up with him and was fired from several jobs. For this reason, his parents became fed up with him and kicked him out. So David turned to his friend Clive Kenneth Ralph, who led him board with he and his wife, Dorothy Elsie, and their 2 small children, Paul and Dawn.
Name Clive.
Clive and Dorothy
I don't like the look on her face.
I don't like 5-year age gap between them.
5
They
years.
had married in
that's not
September
much.
1968, when Dorothy was 16 and pregnant with Paul.
Okay.
By the time David moved in, Dorothy was pregnant with their 3rd child, Samantha, who was born on the 14th of July in 1972. With both Clive and
look
Dorothy
on her,
busy
the
working,
mom's face
David
is
acted as
just-
a babysitter for the Ralph children. He was
She's
regarded
taking a
by
picture,
family
bro.
neighbors as well as the Ralphs as a person.
She's
who
gonna
loved
kill her
children.
kids. Is the look on her
So what would
face.
soon happen was nothing
She
short
had
of
3 of them.
unexpected
Shit.
and horrific.
She was tired.
On Friday the 13th, in April
Telling you,
1973, Elsie was picked up from work by Clive, who had left home late with the children all asleep.
What'd you do?
When the couple arrived at their home, the police were already there, and they escorted them to the police station, where they were told of the horrible truth that their children had been murdered. So what happened? Well, David was known to be a heavy drinker and sometimes a violent drunk. He had gone to a nearby pub earlier that evening.
He was
with
a
friend.
violent
He had 7
drunk
pints
with
of
the
beer.
kids. Damn.
The 2 men had played cards and darts, though a small altercation took place prior to leaving the pub. Clive picked
came
David
home
up from the
pissed
pub
off.
and brought him to look after the children, while Clive went to get Elsie from work. Sometime between 10:15 and 11:15 p.m.
So how
David,
long you
while
think that was,
completely
maybe?
wasted, became infuriated.
between an hour.
Yeah,
beginning with
like
the baby
30 minutes to an
Samantha,
hour.
who had been crying for her bottle. David violently killed the 3 children, each in a different yet brutal manner. After killing the 3 children, David went down to the basement and retrieved a pickaxe to further mutilate their bodies. David was arrested by police at 3:50 a.m.
Isn't
walking
you
on a
pissed
road
off
near
at the
Ralph's
other
home.
shit?
Upon his arrest, David initially denied any responsibility, but several hours later, he admitted to the murders, with his only explained reasoning disgustingly being simply that the baby was crying. David was sentenced to multiple life sentences with minimums of 20 years, and in prison he was subjected to frequent abuse by other prisoners.
Yeah,
He spent
I bet.
most of
I
his
bet.
45 years behind bars in protected conditions. In December of
bet he did.
2018, a parole board cleared David for release, declaring that he had changed significantly and he was no
Right.
longer a risk.
Right.
There's bound
That's
to be
pretty
anywhere
crazy.
from 1 to 3 Friday the 13th
Right.
each year. If you are superstitious and choose to be more
And
low-key
you
on
were saying
this
1 and
inevitable
3.
date in an attempt to escape
I mean, it's
any bad
usually
luck,
not like a scary
you may
day.
end
It's
up like
usually
Daz
just about
Baxter.
unluckiness, like
Friday the
mostly.
13th,
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's about
1976,
like
Daz
a little bit
decided
of
to
unlucky
just
things
stay in the bed for the
happening.
day to avoid anything
Yeah.
bad happening.
What'd you
He was
say?
Killed when the
It's
floor of his
usually
apartment
not-
block
it's not-
collapsed under him.
It's not like usually necessarily just a scary thing. It's more like the 13th is like a,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's like a bad luck thing
And
too.
choose to
Like
be
more than
low-key
at
on
least that's
this
like
inevitable date.
you know.
in an attempt
Yeah.
to escape any bad
And
luck.
this is like
You may
Halloween,
end up
yeah.
like Daz Baxter.
This is just definitely some
Friday the
scary shit
13th,
that's happened on Friday the
1976. Daz decided to just stay in the bed for the day to avoid
Just
anything
in his
bad
bed
happening,
chilling.
only to be killed when the floor of his apartment block collapsed under him.
That's
There's
crazy.
countless other stories and examples of misfortune and downright tragedy that's happened on Friday the 13th. But this could be said for literally every other date on the
Exactly.
calendar.
That's why I
At the end
kind
of
of
the day,
don't, you know.
it's just another day.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I
It's
don't
just the
really-
legends behind it.
Yeah.
It's just things behind
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. And it's kind of, you know, fun at this point, I guess, to ooh,
It's
Friday
fun to go
13th.
along with it. Yeah, it's definitely fun to have fun with it because it's grown.
It's like, what about what happened on this fucking
What about,
Wednesday
like-
the 16th?
You know, what
It's
about
like,
like,
that was a
stuff that happened
horrible,
down, like,
yeah, like
yeah, like September 11th and stuff like that. Like, you know, other things and dates. It's like some crazy shit that happens on every freaking day of the week. It
and
just
to be
happens.
honest with
So,
you, this Friday the 13th, I didn't even notice.
see? Yeah, it's insane. If you don't, I feel like, like the craziest things happen to people that are mostly like hyped into it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you're either
yeah.
if you're too cautious when you're out and about or something like that, that's like when something weird. Like if
'Cause
you,
it was-
most people, I just worked. I went to work.
And
You
it
know,
was a regular
I
day.
had to work that day. Yeah, I had to work, bro. I had my normal. The laws of physics don't apply to Amazon drivers day, but that's just a normal day when you're
Right.
an Amazon driver. You learn that the laws of physics don't always apply to you.
So what you trying to say, bro? Friday the 13th ain't an unlucky day? You're trying to say my beliefs are wrong? My
Nope.
superstitions are wrong?
Nope. But I mean, if you're gonna say that, then that's you, bro. That's you. It's just a superstition, you know.
I'm just
It's
trying
fun.
to I'm just trying to let you know that I don't think I'm wrong about this day. It's an
Oh, I
unlucky day, and I don't
Well,
think I'm
Sharky
wrong.
was born. Sharky was born on a Friday the 13th, so you know, I'll give you that.
So that's even more evidence.
Yeah, is it? Is it? Oh,
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
even. Obviously,
shit.
I'm sure we could look up to figure out where it
I
started.
think
but it
Four
just, it had to
Dubs,
start
I
somewhere.
think, had a birthday or born on the 13th too. So it was like some shit like
Oh,
that.
see,
So yeah.
see.
Which is even more evidence that it's an unlucky
More
day.
evidence.
I'm just playing. What we got next, man?
Well, it depends. We got another scare. I got like 3 more scary ones that we can go through. Otherwise, we can go back and watch some more. You know.
I'm gonna keep
Right.
it real. I want more scary.
Hey, all right, bet. This is a new guy. I haven't watched his yet before, but I watched I was listening to the beginning, and it sounded creepy and it sounded good. So hopefully he's good. I haven't watched him yet. 27,000 subscribers,
I'm
7,000
in my
views
last
in a
year of
day.
high school now, and this happened on Halloween night of last year.
Nope.
So creepy.
Me and my
little-
friends were too
Don't
old
like
for
it.
trick-or-treating, and we were too young to drink and party.
All
So
right,
I
I'll turn it
decided
on.
to go and explore an abandoned
We don't like
house.
No,
those. We
I'm
can change. I
scared.
haven't
I'm
listened to
scared.
him yet.
That's what I meant.
Everyone knew
Don't
about
like
the
it.
place because it was just off a pretty major road in our town. I don't really believe in ghosts, but if I did, then this place was a textbook example of a haunted house. It had wooden siding and window shutters that were painted white, but they were really old and dirty. The roof was brown shingles, and almost half of them were probably missing. After school,
place is, like,
we all
falling
met at my
apart.
friend Jay's
Yeah.
house because it was the closest.
Jay.
I
what
brought
up,
my
Jay?
flashlight,
What's
the
good,
spare
man?
that I gave to my friend Ben. It was
Okay.
just the 3 of us, and we headed
Oh,
over.
you, Jay, and
since it was
Ben?
kind of
All right,
dark.
all right.
When the house came into view, It was every bit as creepy.
Is Jay
as
the
I
black
remembered.
guy? There's gotta be one.
The faint glow from the moon and the distant streetlights made the place look straight out of a horror movie. It was just what we
I'm
were
not
looking
going to answer
Even
that.
still, I was getting a little scared as we
Are you
approached the
Jay?
back. We knew
Not
that the back
going
door
to
was
answer
open.
this.
We looked around that place before, but we had never been inside.
Oh, they're gonna go
I'm sure it
inside
was supposed to be
tonight.
sealed, but someone else must have broken it down. I went in first, and the
Oh,
others
boy.
followed. Broken glass and other debris crunched under our feet as we walked in. The place was an absolute disaster.
Gotta love
Everything
debris.
was either broken or missing. The only furniture was a
Debris.
smashed coffee table in the middle of the room. The kitchen was almost completely gutted, with no appliances, and even the countertops were missing. I had no idea if it was picked over by looters, or if the owners salvaged what they could. We didn't care at the time.
Possibility.
It was just interesting to see. Next, we heard a noise from the other side of the house.
Nope.
It was like a creak in the floorboard, or maybe a door.
Nope.
I was startled, but not that
We
scared.
go.
We made our way down the hall. There was another room on the ground floor, and it seemed like that's where the noise came from.
I'm like,
It
guys,
might
you
have
want to
been a
go back to
bedroom
my house
or
and
an
eat
office,
sandwiches?
and we thought we'd check it out. As we walked down the
I'd
hallway,
be like, all right, bet.
we took time to check out some
Coming.
of the graffiti. It was clear that we were not the first
About
ones
it.
there. We knew it was a popular spot for other kids. When we got to the
Really?
room, I poked my head around the corner. There was no door. And as soon as I looked in, it seemed much like the rest of the house. Garbage everywhere, graffiti, and no furniture. There was no sign of anything that could have made the noise, so we walked in to look around some more. As soon as we were in, I heard the noise again. I turned around and saw a man standing in the corner facing the wall. We never saw his face, but he had long gray hair. We could also tell that he was wearing a mask, probably a cheap plastic clown mask. I jumped and yelled some curse words instinctively. My two friends saw him too and did the same. As soon as we
Oh.
came to our senses, three of us bolted
Fuck.
out of there.
Shit.
We made it to the back door and out to the street. Once we were out, we went across the street to catch our breath. When we looked back to the house, I saw a man in a clown mask poke his head out from around the corner. He didn't chase us anymore, and we soon got out of there. We went back to Jay's house to play some video games and talk about the night.
And eat
For
sandwiches.
the rest of the evening, we discussed what happened, but we still have no
Sandwiches.
idea what that guy was
I'm gonna
doing
eat a
there
sandwich.
alone, or if he was actually dangerous.
Hey, alright, that's kind of scary.
And the house imploded.
This happened on Halloween night 5 years ago. I was
Like,
23 at the
yeah,
time.
like
I just
implode,
moved to my
yes.
house.
Damn,
It was a single story with 2 bedrooms and an unfinished
Damn.
basement.
that's crazy.
I was renting the second room to my friend Joseph, who I knew from college. I was pretty excited to have my own place, and I
Yeah, me
wanted to
too.
be a
That
good
would be
neighbor.
too.
So I thought it was important to stay in and give out candy to the neighborhood kids.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Joseph went out to a Halloween party, and I was planning to join him after the trick-or-treaters were done. I waited around until 8:30 giving out candy. I still had a large amount left, which I was planning to share with Joseph.
Yeah.
I took the
Me
candy
and
bowl
Joseph
into the
finna
kitchen
smash that.
and put it on the counter.
Bad.
I went to my room to get ready for the party. It was at our other friend's house.
I just ordered a
which
bunch
was
of
around
candy
a
and
20-minute
shit.
bus ride away.
It's Halloween.
As soon as I got out of the shower, I heard the doorbell ring.
I'm gonna trick or treat at your
I thought it
house.
was too late for trick-or-treaters,
That's
but
fine.
I was more than willing to give some kid.
It's
a
just gonna be
basket
you and me
back,
eating the candy.
So I walked over and opened it. Standing on my porch,
Why you
was
tell
what
me
looked
it
to be a grown
hurts?
man in some kind of costume.
Yup.
He seemed to be either a ghost or a mummy, or something in between. He had a sheet over most of him, with small pieces of cloth seemingly tied around his arms and legs.
Okay.
I wasn't sure exactly what he was going for, but
Yeah.
that was what I saw.
Okay.
He was
Alright.
about 5'5", so he could have been 14 or 13, I guess. I couldn't tell for sure. He said trick or treat.
Saying
in
it could have been a
strange
full-grown
voice.
adult.
He was
Could have
imitating
been
a
an
robot
adult, yeah.
voice.
That's what I was
It made
thinking.
it hard to tell if he was a grown-up or not.
Yeah.
I was creeped out, but I didn't want to upset him, so I told him to wait, and then I went to go get the candy. I tried to shut the door, but when I did, the guy stuck his foot in
Oh,
and
hell
blocked
no.
me from closing it.
Kick his ass.
I tried to look at his face to see if he was joking, but all I could see was the fabric of this strange costume. Not wanting to risk it, I kicked his foot out from the door and closed it, then locked it right away.
Okay, nice, nice.
The guy
smart.
turned around and walked off after that. I watched out the window as he disappeared down the street. Thinking it was a bad joke, I went to my room to finish getting ready for the party. While I was in my room, I heard a loud crash from the front of my house. It was the sound of glass shattering. I burst out of my room into the living room.
Where's Hobie at?
And my front window
At the
was
party.
broken.
You
Just
left?
then, the other window
Yeah,
smashed.
he already went to
and
the
a large
party.
rock rolled up near
Oh,
my feet.
shit.
I looked out and saw two guys standing in front of my place. One of them was the weird ghost mummy from before. The other guy was wearing a ninja mask and all black clothes.
I remember this
I
night.
called the police right away, and the next time I looked out, the two men were gone. The police came a few minutes later, but not soon enough to catch them.
What's that?
I told them everything I knew about what happened that night, and they told me they would investigate. That
Yeah,
wouldn't
how'd
help
they go on
though,
it?
because I never found out who they were.
Oh.
It wouldn't have been hard for them to rip off their costumes and blend in with everyone else. What I still wonder about it is if they were really kids, or if they were adults doing things like that.
Maybe they were.
I guess it's scarier if they
Maybe
were grown,
we weren't.
because they
I
could do
mean,
more
maybe they
harm.
weren't.
I didn't know all my neighbors at the time, but now I do. And I don't think any of them matches the description of those guys.
Nope, and they
Must
won't.
have come in from somewhere else.
Huh. Probably. Don't do that in your own neighborhood. Shit.
I terrorized my own neighborhood.
Me and my friends went trick-or-treating when we were younger. It was a long time ago, but I think we were in 7th grade, making us around 13 or 14. For the first time, we were allowed to go out without any parents, and we were all excited.
Yes.
Not that it would make such a big difference,
Yeah.
just that it made us feel a little more grown up.
Yeah, of
We
course.
didn't have any desire to get into trouble or anything like that. The night was, as always, about candy, and we wanted to get as much of it as we
Facts.
could. It was like a competition in my neighborhood, and everyone would always exaggerate about how much they got. Since we were a little older, and we had been many times before, we knew the neighborhood really well. It consisted of one main street, called Brock Street, with many
Yeah.
cul-de-sacs
It's the
splitting
second
off.
appearance during
My
the
house
scary
was on
story.
one of them, and my friends lived nearby. To get to any other area, you would have to go down a busier street with mostly businesses and not very many houses.
Cattail.
It was a waste of time, so we usually stayed in our area. I went with my two friends Chris and Phil, and we met at my house to start. After hitting all the houses on my street, we moved on to the next section. We were making really good time, and it wasn't long before we had hit all the houses in our small neighborhood. There was a lot of time left, so I suggested that we go down the busier street and find some more houses.
Uh-oh.
As we walked down the narrow sidewalk, we noticed there were no other trick-or-treaters around. The houses
Turn
out there
around.
were not decorated like the others in our
Turn
neighborhood
around.
either. We tried a few doorbells, but we didn't get any answers. It was starting to look like a lost cause. We might have come all that way and wasted our last bit of time. The three of us kept walking, and eventually we noticed it was getting pretty dark. Chris mentioned that he had to be home pretty soon, so
Ow.
we decided
Yeah.
to turn around.
Damn.
Hit
After
you hard
taking
as hell,
10
dude.
steps back
Had to
towards
hit
our
me, dude.
neighborhood, a car
Fucker.
slowed beside us. It was a
You just
newer
gotta just
looking
lay
sedan,
down like nothing
dark blue in
happened.
color.
Like you can just sit in my
A single
lap
man
after
sat
that
in the
shit.
driver's seat.
We'd
There
be
was nobody
fighting
else
if
in
that
the
was you
car.
were a random person.
We
too.
stopped.
You'd be
Just
fighting.
somebody asking
Hit
for
somebody
directions or
like that.
something.
Hit somebody
Instead,
like
the
that.
man said that my mom sent him to come pick us up.
Oh no.
That made no
no.
sense,
Oh.
because I knew she would never do that. I
Your
told the
mom
guy
says-
thanks, but said that we could walk.
You guys need a
Right
ride.
as soon as I said that, the guy sped away. My friends and I looked at each other, and after a few awkward seconds, I said, "What was that?" They both shrugged and said they didn't know. We continued walking,
Don't you
Some
do
guy.
it.
to our separate
Do it
houses.
again. You can do it
When I
again.
got home, I told my dad about
I
the
got
guy
you
in the
first,
car.
bitch.
He completely freaked out. That was when I realized that it was serious.
Bitch.
The cops interviewed me for a good half hour. After that, they went to talk to Chris and Phil as well. Because of what happened afterwards,
Chris and Phil.
I figured the guy was some kind of creep trying to pick up kids on Halloween. If I had to guess, I'd say that he thought we were younger than we were. That would explain why he bailed as soon as he heard my voice. I guess with our costumes, it would have been hard to tell if we were on the older side. His lie seemed really obvious to me, but I wonder if it would have worked on some younger kids.
Your mom
I guess we'll never
says
know.
you guys
Because
need to
fortunately,
be picked
our
up,
encounter with that guy
and I'm here
Yeah,
to
it's like-
pick
went
you
unaware,
guys up.
and no missing
Like,
kids
what?
were
No?
reported.
Who the fuck are
that
you?
night.
I'd have been like, oh, word? Word?
Oh yeah, man.
Alright, so Greg, make sure you
I
get in
live in
that
a small
passenger
house
side.
by myself
Me and
when
Buddy
this
finna get in the back.
It was a
Yeah,
few
let's go,
years
let's
ago on
go.
Halloween.
As soon as we get in that
I've since moved down
motherfucker,
to a bigger
boy,
place.
we finna fuck.
This place had 2 bedrooms, and it was in a
Beat
somewhat
that.
rough neighborhood.
We
It's the
finna.
kind of place where you
get
keep your doors locked at all times,
Ooh,
even when you're home.
that man gonna wish
I
he
never
didn't
had a
say
problem
shit
with
though.
muggings or anything like that. So there's some break-ins occasionally.
Ow, you little shit.
Not the worst
Chill,
place in the
chill,
world,
chill.
but far from an
Chill.
ideal suburb. I didn't mind though, because it was close to downtown and several public transit routes. Like I said, this happened on Halloween, and when I lived there, I would usually stay home to give out candy to the 5 or 10 kids who would come to my door.
Yeah.
It was hardly worth it, but Halloween was always my favorite holiday when I was younger, and I wanted the neighborhood kids to have that experience.
Yeah.
I finished work at 5 as usual, and went home to get ready for the trick-or-treaters. After I had some dinner, I turned on the TV and put on a scary movie while I waited.
Of course.
Eventually, a few trick-or-treaters came. I knew most of them from around the neighborhood and from other years. So it was
Little
about what I was
Patrick.
expecting.
What a great
It was
costume.
starting to get late.
Hey, man, you're getting old for trick or treating
Went
too,
back to
huh,
my
buddy?
room.
Huh?
That was when the doorbell rang one last time.
Oh.
I turned around and grabbed my candy bowl to answer it. When I opened the door, there was a little boy standing on my porch.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was alone. This kid must have been 8 years old at the most, judging by his size. He was wearing some kind of a monster costume with a full mask, so I wasn't sure about his age. He was young, though. I put a handful of candy into his bag, and I looked around to see if I had a parent. That was
Nobody.
when I saw a man standing on the other side of the street watching.
Okay.
He was standing next to a dark SUV, just peering at us.
Oh, yeah, see,
The
that's sad.
SUV had a red ball on the antenna and fancy silver trim on the side doors.
Not liking that.
Before I had a chance to say anything, the boy turned around and ran to the man. I saw them get into the SUV, but then I turned away before I could see if they drove off or not. Most parents would come right up to the door with kids that age, but maybe he was trying to teach his son to be confident or something. I didn't know.
You never know, right?
So I
Yeah.
let it go and went back to my movie.
Oh, you do know.
My eyelids
That's
became
weird.
heavy as I stared at
I'm
the
gonna
screen.
pry. I'm gonna
I started
pry.
to hear noises from the back of my house. Sounded like people talking.
Oh, on the back
Judging
of
by
his
where it was
house.
coming from, the people would have had to be on my property, so I went to check it out. When I got there was nobody to be seen. Thinking it was my imagination, I was about to go to bed, but first I decided to check the front part of my street. When I looked out, I saw that dark SUV from before.
Oh, shit.
It was sitting out there, but it was a little farther down the road than it was before.
Oh, yeah.
In any case, I went upstairs to brush my teeth and then go to bed. When I was in the bathroom, I heard a window smash. Knowing it was a break-in, I ran to my room to get my phone.
And
When I was in
immediately
there,
grabbed
I
my
closed
Glock
door
9.
and held it shut with my body. I called 911 and told them to hurry, and then I focused on keeping the door closed. I could hear at least 2 men walking around downstairs. Minutes later, the police burst in. I was pretty sure from what I heard that the robbers were still there. It sounded like they were being arrested. After another few minutes, I felt like it was safe to come out, so I did.
I mean, the
The
police didn't
officers
come
were still
find
there
me.
collecting evidence. It turned out that the guys broke a small window
Still
at the back of
arresting
my
them.
house and then used that to unlock a door. I found out later that it was in fact the man in the dark SUV that I saw before. It seemed that he had used his son on Halloween in order to scope out potential burglary victims. I was the unlucky one that time. The most disturbing part about that story is that while the break-in was happening, the young boy who I gave candy to earlier was sitting in the SUV alone, waiting for the robbery to finish. Someone's getting nominated for Father of the Year.
Oh, that's fucked up.
He's a lookout.
That's
In this
For sure,
video,
though.
we're going to
Oh,
go over
shit.
3 stories about cave exploring that went.
My bad. They be jumping into these next ones so quick, dog.
I do.
Shit.
I do. I want to pop off one more at least.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Scary or what? I got this one, or the next one's the animated 3 Halloween horror stories. This one's
this-
22 minutes, the other one's 18 and a half.
Shit.
So, pretty similar.
Alright. Yeah. Do the animated one.
Animated?
Yeah. I'm very interested in those as well, so save that video.
I got you.
3 true Halloween horror stories.
the guy that
Last
sometimes
Halloween,
has the
my
facts
boyfriend
behind
and I
it.
went to pick up my 9-year-old son,
he's gonna need-
Matthew,
No,
from the kids'
not this,
Halloween party
no.
three blocks
I
down.
love this guy.
Don't
As we
like
drove by
this.
the neighborhood, we saw people dressed in
Always
Halloween
make me
costumes,
super fucking
celebrating with their
scared.
family and friends.
Oh,
Kids
it's
were all
supposed to be.
going home with their parents. I was feeling worried for my son as the streets started to empty minute after minute. We were just 1 block away when 3 boys on a speeding motorcycle passed the car, yelling and behaving like cavemen on a hunt.
God, how old are they?
15, probably? 16?
Do you think they're high?
Those were teenagers, Robbie, and this is Halloween. Where were you on your 16th Halloween?
Not wandering around like mad dogs,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I find that hardly believable.
'Cause I'm Rodney.
What, woman? You know I don't lie.
Yeah, not to me. Robbie started tickling me while driving, and I burst out into laughter. The 3 boys were driving in front of us. Stop it! Keep your eyes on the road!
Oh, they're
Robbie
gonna hit the
honked the
wreck.
horn,
No,
but the
no,
boys didn't
no,
move.
don't honk the-
Instead,
no.
I heard one of them yell.
Shut up!
Robbie honked the horn again and yelled back,
Move out of the way, morons!
and the boys slowed
Road
down.
rage.
They arrived just right beside us and all stared at us at the same time.
Why are they all 3 on
All
the
3
same
boys
bike?
had
I don't
no
know.
fear in their
And they
eyes.
high as hell.
Just creepy
They on
smiles.
something.
What? What the hell are you staring at?
The boys slowed down and we drove away. I could see from the rear view mirror that they made us stop and watched us leave. A gut-wrenching feeling of dread gave me a shiver. I don't know why, but I got angry at Robbie for messing with those kids. Why do you do these things? You think you're still 19?
Those kids probably have the worst parents in the world. Take my word for it.
Damn.
After driving for another 5 minutes, we reached the party. All the kids were gone by then. I called Mrs. Kensky. Hi, Mrs. Kensky. Please get Matthew. We're waiting outside. You know, I'm so glad that Matthew's making friends. I was always worried about his shy nature. And now that... Robbie, are you even listening to me?
I think those boys are following us.
What? Where?
Look behind us.
I slowly turned my head at the back of the car and saw those 3 boys sitting on their bike coming at us. Right before passing our car, one of them threw an egg at our windshield,
shit, an egg.
screaming obscenities.
Suck eggs!
Yeah, that's some teenagers.
Whoa! I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
Matthew
Yeah.
got into the car, waving his friends goodbye.
All
and I
right,
heard Robbie
guys.
starting the car engine.
Oh boy.
I could tell he was angry at those boys.
boy.
I tried to stop him.
Road
Let
rage.
it go, Robbie. Let's just go home, okay?
I ain't no coward. That too from 3
Yeah.
puberty-stricken monkeys.
But Robbie never listened to me.
I'm not
He was a
scared.
good man and always said, in order to be happy, you must take care of others' happiness too. I wish that night he didn't follow those boys. I wish that night we never met
Damn,
them.
bro.
After
Bad.
driving for 5 minutes straight, we caught up to them. Robbie peeked his
All
head
you
from
gotta
the
do is
window
let
and
that shit
yelled.
go.
You freaks, don't your parents taught you how to behave?
Once they saw us, they increased their speed. Robbie followed them too. Enough now, Robbie. Just drive home,
got your
okay?
kid in the car,
Robbie caught up to them
the
again,
wife.
and as we came side by side, one of the boys screamed at me.
Who's that old man? Your Virgin Mary?
What?
Mary had
Say
a
that?
What a horrible
little
joke.
lamb,
I don't know what that means.
little lamb. Mary had a little lamb.
Excuse me, can you explain your joke to me or your
Throw
insult
more
to me?
eggs at him.
And that's when the shower of
Damn!
eggs began.
Damn,
The boys
look
started
at 'em.
throwing eggs at us like
Egg
bullets.
jutsu.
Ah, what the
Yeah,
hell?
egg jutsu.
Stop!
Robbie! But they
Why
didn't
is your
stop
window
until
down?
they bathed us in eggs. Our windshield was dripping of yolks, and after a point, we couldn't drive anymore. So we had to stop. Just when we stopped, those boys stopped too. Robbie got down from the car, and so did I. I stood near the car while Bobby walked towards those boys. The boys were unexpectedly brave. Even after pulling all that sick behavior, they never ran away. They just stood there, as if
Dude,
they
you
feared
are a
no
pain in the
one.
butt.
Rob started screaming at them.
What the hell is wrong with you people? Is that how you talk to the women at your house? And what the heck did you just do to my car? Well, don't you have enough money, old man? Didn't Mary's father pay you enough to marry her? You're so funny, Ryan.
Yeah.
Shut up, dumbass. You guys are sick. Do you even know that,
That's a
Ryan?
big ass kid. He's bigger than a
So,
homie.
What are you gonna do? Arrest us? Hey! Don't you dare me, okay? Don't you ever dare me.
Okay.
Just go home and get yourself checked. Bloody psychos.
saying this, Robbie turned around to come back to the car. He didn't see the gun one of those boys took out from his pocket. I could feel my blood rush to my veins. I screamed, "Oh my God, Robbie!"
What?
Robbie looked back at those boys, and as he saw the gun, his face turned pale. He
boy.
raised his hands and said in a shaking voice,
Dude, you don't need to do this. Listen to me. Just go home, okay? Just...
Oh. Damn.
On Halloween
It's
1998,
true.
Carl
Oh,
Jackson
yeah.
was picking up his girlfriend's
That sounded like it
9-year-old
could've been.
son from a party when some teenagers began egging their car and shouting rude comments about his girlfriend's costume. Jackson then jumped out of the car and confronted the delinquents.
They shot
After a
him.
short argument, Jackson returned to the vehicle. As Jackson and his girlfriend began driving away with their 9-year-old son in the back, one of the pranksters, 17-year-old Curtis Sterling, withdrew a gun and fired a single shot into the rear window of the car. Carl Jackson was struck in the head and
One
pronounced
shot.
dead a short time later.
One shot.
He should fucking. Oh, no, let me not say that. Let me not say
This
that.
happened when I was 21 years
Damn,
old,
that's some
working in
shit,
a
though.
magazine office. We had to work
That's some
Halloween
shit.
night, but everyone at the office planned for an after-work party in a club. I carried
Oh,
my
shit.
Halloween costume, which was Wonder Woman, in my bag.
Okay.
Once we all got off work, we dressed up for Halloween. At the clubs, there was the usual sea of people.
Of course,
Most wearing
of course.
costumes, most of
Hey,
the girls
Tinkerbell.
wore skimpy and revealing costumes.
I mean,
while
you're
the guys
Wonder
were
Woman.
Superheroes, video game characters, zombies, and evil clowns. Honestly, there were very few scary costumes.
duh.
But one guy did stick out in particular. He managed to be super creepy without even trying.
God.
He stood off by himself on the balcony of the club, staring down at everyone partying on the dance floor. He wasn't really wearing a costume. He was in jeans and a brown pullover, but he had a mask on his face. The mask was that of an old woman's face. It literally looked like a face that had been freshly skinned or ripped off of somebody. It was bloody and even a little soggy. Damn, that mask looked almost real.
Oh, God.
I never actually saw the man's face, as he never took the mask off. He drank
Okay.
using a straw through the mouth hole in the mask. The area around the mask, including a thick black beard he had underneath, was glistening with fake blood. The whole effect
Well,
was
maybe
so
not fake.
creepy and bizarre.
From what we're gathering
I
here.
ignored him and went to the bar for another round of drinks.
I wonder what. Oh shit.
A creepy,
He was like,
cold
damn.
voice gave me jitters.
Is that Wonder Woman?
I looked
Hey.
around and saw the man standing near me. I
Hi,
felt
Wonder
uncomfortable when
Woman.
he approached me.
How you
I
doing?
smiled and said, "No thanks, I can buy my own drinks." Did I say something funny?
You know, I think you're pretty, but I don't like your attitude.
Okay.
Then get the hell out of here. His glowing eyes watched me silently from behind the mask for a few seconds.
That is true
Then he
though.
walked
Like,
away.
leave them go away. You know?
I'm saying, shit. I want
We
to talk
stayed
to
in the
you.
club for an hour more, and every time my eyes landed on that man, I saw him approaching another woman at the club. Everyone rejected him because he seemed like trouble. I was happy seeing him getting ignored like that. He was walking to the exit of the club when he saw this nerdy teenage girl dressed like Thelma from Scooby-Doo standing alone. I saw them talking. Then the man grabbed her hand and brought her to the dance floor. They started dancing, and the girl seemed happy around him. I heard the guy tell the girl the exact same line he said to me.
I think you're pretty. Can I buy you a drink?
Thanks. Sure.
How about we got the bar and talk? Women here were really mean to me. You're the only one who has been nice tonight.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
The girl nodded yes, and they went towards
So
the
they
bar.
make her see.
A few minutes later, I didn't see the guy or the girl in
Oh,
the club.
God.
I thought they may have left, but it still bothered me how the girl decided to spend time with a guy like that. 2 days later, I was watching the local news. On the TV, the news anchor was reporting. There was a picture of a young woman on the screen.
Police say the young woman was last seen leaving home Tuesday, October 30th, at the local club around 10:30 p.m. while partying with her friends. A few hours later, when her friends decided to head home, they could not find the girl anywhere in the club. They called her parents to know if she had already left, but when the parents said their daughter hasn't been home yet, the friends got worried. They went straight to the cops to file her missing person report. The security camera of the club has managed to capture the footage of Elena leaving with a man dressed in a creepy Halloween mask. Once the cops scanned the footage well, they got chills. The mask the man was wearing matched another girl named Brittany, who missing a week before Halloween. The man is likely to be the abductor and the murderer of Brittany, as cops suspect the mask he was wearing indeed belonged to Brittany's face. Since no one has seen the man's original face, it's getting difficult to trace him. But the cops have...
Holy smokes.
You gotta be crazy
The
as
guy's
hell to do some
crazy.
shit like that.
I called the police and was put through to a tip line that had been set up for tips about Elena and Brittany's missing cases. I told the
You
person
wore
on
somebody's
the line
actual
about the
face to a
guy at the
Halloween
club.
party?
To my relief, the person informed me that they were getting lots of calls, all stating the same thing. So many calls from people who had seen this guy with the mask that the police were acting on it. The search for this man was on.
Well, duh.
This incident would have been enough on its own to scare me for life. The fact that I had conversed with this killer who said I was pretty, and now I know why, terrorized me the entire night. It was enough to cause some severe anxiety. But the next morning, when I went to my car to drive to work, I found a note stuck to my windshield. It was a little soggy, as it had been raining the last couple of days. I picked it up, thinking it was from one of the neighbors. I opened it and read it. It made my stomach drop. The note read simply,
"You're pretty."
FYI, the man was never caught.
Damn.
God damn, Velma.
Velma, man.
Yes, Mom, we just arrived. Ruthie's cooking your favorite.
What is it?
Noah's playing outside with Billy. He's
Pot
having a
roast.
blast, I guess.
Ooh, I got a roast. I was actually
Yes,
probably gonna
Mom.
make some.
The dinner will be ready before you arrive.
Big old
See you
pot
soon. Noah, Billy, stop destroying the Halloween decor.
Don't worry, Auntie. Mom said we can smash these pumpkins.
Ugh.
Auntie. I could
Oh,
never
yeah.
get bored of doing this. Who's that? Oh, him? That's Paul. He takes care of our house. Mom
Does
says
he?
he's like Superman. There's nothing he can't do. Where's he going with that pumpkin head? To the old cemetery in the jungle. What? Why?
What?
To put a new scarecrow. Why do you need a scarecrow in a cemetery? So the dead don't dare to wake up and come
Oh,
here to
shit.
torture us.
Okay, Mark.
What rubbish.
Alright,
Come
bro.
on, let's go with him. Good morning, Paul.
Oh,
This
shit,
is my
Paul.
cousin Noah.
You
He
got a
came
costume
to our
on?
farmhouse for the first time.
Paul looks really
Let's
sketchy.
see. Hello, Paul. So you're gonna put a new scarecrow, huh?
Yes, it's time.
Why is that kid
why do
not
you put a
scared?
scarecrow in a graveyard?
Why does it
Because
look like
that's
this?
how we honor them. After all, they've done so much for us.
What the hell is he saying? He's being funny. Cheer up. All means no
Yeah,
harm.
he's being really funny.
He
You know?
doesn't look like he means no harm.
Man. What a dumb kid.
Paul already made the body. All he needs is to put the pumpkin head on.
You kids stay here.
Man, your gardener creeps me out.
Man,
Where did
bro.
you find him? From a freak show? Come on, Paul is a nice guy and very hardworking. He does all the chores and he cooks the best ham in the world. Once you taste that, you'll too start to like him. Our Halloween dinner is to die for.
No. Oh, shit.
Come on, let's go. The sun's gone down. Mom says not to stay at the graveyard after dark. Why? I thought you're scared of little girls only. Shut up, jackass.
Mike, you're a bitch.
Are you comfortable here? Your smile says you are. Now listen, don't scare the kids tonight, okay? Good girl.
Okay.
Alright.
I never thought she could be so feisty. Well, it's Halloween, Chad. Everyone
I'm
gets
so
crazy this
confused.
time.
Is he saying something about me?
Nothing bad, though. We are really lucky to have your sisters as our wives. Never thought we'll find someone to put up with our craziness.
Right.
Look at these old school buddies making us all blush, Lena. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to eat butter for days now. A woman has
What?
gone missing from the highway. The cops have only found her car and belongings.
Oh, God.
Looking at the undamaged car, they suspect a possible case of kidnapping.
I don't
That
like where
must be
this is
Mom.
going.
Ralph, please help Mom with the luggage. She's here. Noah, Billy, Nana's here. Come here and say hi to her.
Happy Halloween, Nana.
Oh, my sugar
confused where we're
plums.
going.
How you liking your aunt's farmhouse?
I don't like it.
Aw.
I don't know
Nana,
either.
Noah's scared of the
I'm not
scarecrow in the
confused. I
graveyard.
just don't like where this is
Oh,
going.
poor baby. That's just our tradition. Don't you worry about it, okay? Ah, here comes the ham, everyone. Try it, Noah. Paul makes the best ham.
And he only makes it on Halloween.
Eat as much as you like, okay?
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Straight ham.
Billy? Billy? What is it, dude? I need to pee. Can you go with me to the washroom? Come on, dude. You're 11.
Billy, that ham's got me backed up, bro.
Yeah, hold on, Billy. Hold on, Billy. Okay, back to the room, Don't stop, don't
Paul,
stop.
bring the rest of her into the kitchen. And please be quiet. Don't want to wake up the kids. They're too young to know the
Hey,
truth.
don't wake him up.
Put it on the table. Here. We already tied her up in the tool shed. If Noah saw this, he will never understand our tradition. Come on, Lena. Don't be so worried. You saw how the kids enjoyed her meat, right? Trust me, once they get addicted to the taste, they will have no other choice than to be like us.
Should I slice the rest of her in big pieces?
No, cut her in average pieces so it's easy to store the meat in the freezer. It's awful that we only get to have human meat in October. Ruthie, don't be so greedy. With the cops running around with her missing case, we need to be careful, okay? Yeah, that's why Chad and Ralph didn't go fishing today. You know how they like to catch fish with human fingers? They say it's the best bait for the big fish. Where did you keep the head anyway, Paul?
I got rid of her skin and flesh and put the skull inside the scarecrow.
Ooh, I hope it doesn't attract flies.
I'll spray disinfectant every morning. Don't you worry.
Aw, thank you, Paul. You're the sweetest. What would we do without you?
Happy Halloween! That means we're...
That's a nice one to end it on, though. Like that video. You and me, they're eating human meat, bro. Did you know
In
that?
this video, we're going to go over
Mom.
3 stories about cave exploring that went horrible.
I'm dead. It's been a good show.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh man, now I know why that ham's got me so backed up.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. I don't want to go too much longer.
Hey. What you feeling?
Not. I don't know.
Call it. Otherwise, I'm gonna put this video in. Like, it's not the long one. It's one of the not scary ones. The next episode.
Oh, you can put this on there. Then, yeah, like, I'll be going after this, I guess. Goddamn, dog. Not human meat.
Of course. Of course it was, right? Of course it was.
It's the best ham we've ever had.
Ever. ever.
Previously on Dragonflow Z, while traveling through the 37th chamber, Lord Rizzo was able to make it to the legendary realm of Flow Hollow. There, on his mission to find two specific warriors, he ended up getting into it with DMX, Juice WRLD, and Pop Smoke. And thanks to my incredible resource gathering capabilities, we were able to live stream the whole thing via... Hey, do you mind? Oh, nah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm about to go upside your head. You keep smacking in my ear. I know you hear me trying to introduce this video. Oh, my bad.
Oh.
These moringa seeds just delicious. Moringa? What? You want some? No, what the hell would I want seeds? Well, look, I'm trying to plant something. Well, they do help with digestion, I heard. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but my skin has been popping lately. Bro, I don't care.
Woo. Damn, I feel lighter. All right, y'all ready?
Ready? We've been waiting on you.
What you mean?
What you been doing in there? You've been there for like 5 months. I mean, assistant, why don't you run that stream?
Been there for like 5 months, dog. Royal Guard, ODB.
My liege, there's been a report an intruder has entered Flow Hollow through the 37th chamber. Rumor has it they seek to acquire the most powerful spirits for a Dragonflow tournament.
Not on my watch.
Oh, shit. Hey, I was looking for y'all. 9
No
pack.
problem. No problem. But you can.
Oh no.
I believe you owe his. Uh-oh.
Tell them niggas they don't want to war with us.
You want to fuck with us? You know, young ass motherfuckers don't want any niggas.
Chill, Pac. Hey, chill.
Pac used to go stupid all the time.
Nah, bitch, I get busy with choppers and glizzies. I'm riding through the city. This block got no safety. Keep that bitch with me, so please do not tempt me. I squeeze till it's empty. You thinking you crazy? How you gon' war with a god, a beast? You don't need guns, you need
King Von.
You would dash your ass off, sweep. You don't want smoke with my squad, you tweaking. Tell them niggas they don't wanna war with us. Nah. They don't
Is he?
wanna war with us, nah. Tell them niggas they don't wanna war with us. Nah.
First up, fuck your bitch in the click you play. West side, when we ride, coming quick with you. We keep on coming while we running for your juice. That he gonna keep
Well, damn.
you know the rules. I let them niggas know it's on for life. Don't let the west side ride the night. Who shot me, but your bitch didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. Nigga, I hit him up.
I don't got time for snakes, no time for racks. I'm smoking pack, I'm selling crack. Bring it back, run up on me, cool. That chopper on me, get you clapped. Matter of fact, you don't know how to act. I'm a real ass nigga, drill ass nigga, gon' pop a pill ass nigga. If you don't kill a motherfucker, fuck it, I will. You better start riding your wheel, for real.
I'm dangerous, crazier than a bag of fucking angel dust. When I bust my gap, motherfuckers quick to leave you in the coffin for slick talking. I'm ripping them seeds from Tallahassee to Compton. Biggie Smalls on the higher plane. Niggas say I'm strange, cause I put the 12 gauge in your brain. One in the chamber, 32 in the clip.
I wonder who did that animation.
I think it's him.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I would guess. I don't know. Him and his crew. I'm probably not just him. This is some good work, though.
Yeah.
I agree. Whoever it is needs a raise.
Make my flow shake shit, full expression like a facelift at the police with like 8 bricks if you talking all that 8 shit. Traveling through the infinity, you know that nigga pretend to be all that bullshit do not get to me, I am the spirit and entity, pussy ass niggas fucking suck, you sound the same, I spit the pain. That's why the young niggas feel the same. They know
Dragonflow, Jiu-Jitsu.
They got me mobbing like I'm loped and ready to get my slug on. I load my clip and slip my motherfucking gloves on. I ain't scared to blast on these suckers if they test. Trust, I got my Glock, got a player if they press me. Bust some motherfuckers with passion. Better talk 'cause I ain't looking when I'm blasting.
You know that technique.
And getting high on the lookout for my enemies. Don't wanna die for me.
Uh-oh.
What is that? Shimon.
Shimon.
Man, Mike had hits, bro.
Man. After hit. After hit.
It's over 1 million, bro.
Over. He said, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Bro. Good luck.
The power of the king. He said, sup, Cassin? Hey, ODB.
Just focus on the mission.
Focus.
Cause Mike,
The Wu-Tang Fear No Man, Mike man. Mike man.
good luck with that.
Yeah, put him in like a catalog battle against anyone. I don't know who you put him against.
Know, exactly.
I don't know.
Mike can't shut all that down.
Damn, they escaped.
Damn the Grandmaster.
It's good that he managed to get them out of Flow Hollow, but that wormhole could have spat them out anywhere. Come, we must arrange a squad to go find them.
And also, boss, I meant to tell you that your skin has really been glowing. Have you been eating them? You heard about these seeds you been eating?
Moringa seeds? You get them at Magic Tree Superfood.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, that's where I get all my natural supplements, like Shilajit.
Shilla what? Oh, that helps get you a better high.
Well, I'll be damned.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, well, I'll be
I hope
damned.
you enjoyed another humble tribute to these late great artists. Big thank you to
Well, I'll be damned.
Superfoods for sponsoring the video. You trying to get your health up with 100% organic natural supplement, and if you
Nice.
see anything you like, be sure. Thank you. Like that, you guys seem to that you don't shit. So else.
Yeah, Buddy is on point.
Oh shit.
Buddy is on point.
Yeah.
Alright.
Studio session.
I guess we wrapping up for the week.
Yeah, it's it. As we wrap up, I'm playing this as we wrap up because the music's good.
Good one, you know. Not
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, not bad. You know.
I think
I ain't mad at it.
I want to try and keep up with this a little bit on the stream.
I would love to as well, because I'm definitely in love with this shit. So yeah, we caught up with Chisel at least a little
Chisel
bit.
came back a little bit. Help it. He's gonna have some other stuff too.
Cool
Focusing
ass
on
death
football right
battle.
now.
It was a
Dude,
good
that
one.
death battle was crazy. Some of the stories are pretty freaky too.
Bro, I'm gonna try to wipe those out my mind. That shit is just God damn, man. And Friday the 13th, all that shit, but yeah. It was at least fun, so
that's true.
I ain't mad.
You
I
just
guess
keep jumping over here. What is your deal?
we'll be back next week, same time-ish. I'm liking the earlier. I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking it a little bit earlier. But yeah, same time, same place. TD, me and my boy doing our thing, trying to bring a little enjoyment to the world. For real.
He just like fell over. TD out, baby.
I got 2 words for you before we leave, bro. Guns up.
I got 2 more.
Peace out, y'all. Been still on a lot of wrestling stuff lately, bro. I might need to chill if I get sued.
Attaboy. Uh-oh. They get the bus passes the way in and second place. That's why you gotta keep track of that bus pass. You keep losing,
I
bro.
gotta get back and forth.
Yeah, but you gotta stop losing it.
I mean, you gotta figure out something.
Oh yeah, the next one is good.
I know he was coming. I knew he was coming around. I was waiting to see. I was waiting to see when he was coming around. Cause that's another guy that's gonna be hard to beat.
Hard to beat.
Damn near impossible.
I'm just taking out some of these mini episodes. Just because.
This series
Mini
is tight.
episodes.
So it's only been, the series only been going on for like a year now.
I think so.
So it's fairly new.
He's only on like episode 7 or 8 too, with all the mini, but with like the mini episodes like this.